Nangong Iwei droops his eyes, grabs the fence's finger, and turns white slightly, then slowly releases it. Have a rest early. Cloud Dance didn't turn back of tiny jawhead. South Palace, he saw Cloud Dance one eye. See her head also didn't return, mouth color a dark. Turn round to walk back to the room. In the corridor, quiet again. Stay in there and come out. The Cloud dances. The eye light is tiny to glance to behind. Some drama abuse in the speech. Behind the dim corner, a black figure came out, with the kind of completely ignored, do not close to the cold. Are you in love with Nangong at first sight? Cloud Dance looking at Chi Knight, a very surprised look, but the heart has already had the answer. Chi Knight coldly glanced at her, hesitated for half a second. So what? Haha. Get Chi Knight affirmation. Cloud Dance a smile, indifferent eyes out of a trace of cunning. Then I sincerely hope you can make a pair. Do you really don't understand, or don't you? Chi Knight watching Cloud Dance slightly frown. Nangong, he has only her in her heart, which she can see. They have been together for so long, she can't help but understand. Cloud Dance put away the smile of the corner of lips, restored the usual indifference. If it's not because he is Nangong E, it has nothing to do with me if I don't understand. Chi Knight sneer, it's heartless. It's better to be merciless than affectionate. It's just because he is Nanganji, a person I don't want to lose, that I hope he can be happy. In other words, if it's someone else, what do I have to do with death or life? She doesn't want to let Nanganji have to leave one day. Nanganji is the person she trusted at first, a friend who knows everything about her. So I'll take him in? Don't you mind? Chi's eyebrows are picked with indifference in the night. Both hands agree. They look at each other and smile with a trace of evil. On the roof, Long Qingxie listened to their conversation, looked at the setting sun, and sighed. Women are really merciless. Men are naturally sentimental. Cloud Dance figure of magic has come to the Dragon Qing evil side, who says that men are naturally affectionate, but they are naturally affectionate for their husbands. Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and embraces Yunwu in his arms. Thin lips can't help but rise. Looking at the charm of Yunwu in his arms, he says, and for the rest of his life, only for you. Smell speech, Cloud Dance, a trace of strange in the calm and indifferent eyes, but quickly hide the past, but his hands are tightly around his powerful waist. When did you get so numb? She remembered that he was just a little bit shameless. When he spoke, he was so numb. Little thing. Weifu suddenly realized a very serious thing. Dragon Qing Xie's sword eyebrows wrinkled. It seemed that he had encountered some particularly difficult problem. What's the matter? Cloud Dance raises Mao. Extremely serious ask. There was worry in his eyebrows. Only when something big happened would he show such a worried look. The dragon was worried about the evil spirit. He looked down at Yunwu's chest and said, I've been in love with you all my life. If you go on like this, when will the dragon family be able to spread its branches and leaves? Her breasts are still like small steamed bread. Cloud Dance along his eyes, slightly drooping eyes, and finally understand what he is worried about. Serious things. You are shameless. It doesn't matter. It's said that children raised by small steamed bread are healthier. Bang! The sound of the roof breaking. After a night's rest, several people left the evil city and went to Shacheng, but they didn't know the danger was approaching. After several people came to Shacheng, Yunwu took them directly to the inn that Zhuoming had taken her to. If you guessed right, Zhuoming should be waiting for her there. After entering the inn, it was not what Yunwu expected. Zhuoming was discussing something with others in the inn. Seeing Yunwu coming, he came quickly. The girl came so fast. Left League walked to Cloud Dance side, looking back at small two-way. Go to a few guests to arrange a good room. Yes, Commander left. Little Two nodded and bowed to leave. Zhuoming takes Yunwu to the inner room of the inn. The room is ready with food and wine. It seems that Yunwu will arrive early this morning. I don't know what's going on next. Zhuoming arranges several people to sit down and asks Yunwu if there is anything to help. Yunwu thought for a while and said calmly, just tell everyone that I will wait for them to join my mercenary regiment at the gate today. That's it. The Left League is a little surprised. Is it so simple? Yunwu nods. Shaching is a place where people are hard to control. She is not sure that she can let them all willingly follow her. But there is one. The people here have no problems in martial arts, but they have some problems in mentality. For example, those who like Shangguan have serious psychological problems. Well, take your time. I'll spread the news. You can go to the gate after eating. After that, Zhuomeng got up and left. Looking at the figure left league, Cloud dance, eyes slightly squint, lost in meditation. Xiao Wu, who is that man? How do you know each other? Shangguan looked at the left league left direction, curious way. He has seen the ability of Yunwu to subdue and shake people's hearts. But this is the top of the desert and the city of crime. It is a wonderful place to have such a powerful and upright commander. The commander is willing to work for her, which makes him wonder what's going on. The commander of the garrison in Shacheng, when he first came to the top of the desert, I saved him, and then he helped me a lot. Cloud Dance said lightly. The magic grass he gave you? Dragon Qing, evil tiny squint gold Mao, skim a silk not easy to detect danger. He gave me the magic grass to cure my injury, and the rest of it. Speaking of the half, Yunwu's eyes narrowed and suddenly stopped talking. There was a cold change in the air around. In addition to the 10 magic grasses she won, the remaining 10 were given to her by the mysterious man. Although it's not sure why Long Qingxie didn't let her take magic grass, she vaguely knows that it must have something to do with magic bite, and what the man said when he gave her magic grass was also a little strange. Only now did she understand that he sent her magic grass in the hope that something Dragon Qingxie didn't want to happen. She had a hunch that the man was definitely more than a 10-city lord. What happened to the rest? Sidolan didn't understand why he didn't say half of what he said. Nothing. Are you full? Let's go when we're full. Cloud Dance swept to see her several people one eye. The facial expression is a little apathetic. A few people turned their lips and shut up to eat. Just at noon, the sun is shining high. At the moment, there are already a sea of people in front of the gate. Obviously, the number of people now is twice as many as that on the night of the 15th anniversary. Most of them came to Shacheng because they saw the notice. The purpose is to see the charisma of the summoner in the rumor. The crowd was so busy that they were all talking about one person. Cloud Dance. That girl's summoner. Why haven't you come yet? One of them looked around and didn't find Cloud dancing. You were so anxious. I didn't see you so anxious when I married my daughter-in-law. Another person teased. I'll go to you. Don't you want to meet the summoner who has been passed on so miraculously? On the same day that Yunwu left the evil city, she was a summoner. Overnight, she beat back the tide of beasts with her own strength, and the news of saving the whole Sand City spread all over the desert. If you have seen her, you feel that she is a divine person. If you have not seen her, you treat her as a divine person. When people pass her on, everyone's expectation of Cloud Dance becomes greater and greater, including many dragon people. Cloud Dance, a few people just passed the corner, then saw in front of the crowd, suddenly stunned. How can there be so many people? Yunwu stops and listens to the conversation between the people. He probably understands that they are all here for her. Looking back, she didn't do anything amazing except repelling the animal tide. How could she have such a great influence now? Here she comes. I don't know who yelled in the crowd. All of a sudden, the noisy crowd suddenly quieted down, and everyone's eyes were looking for the cloud dancing figure everywhere. Where is it? Yunwu looks at the people's searching eyes and frowns slightly. She has such a great influence. It must be good for the formation of mercenary regiment. But isn't it too high profile? Why does she always feel a little uncomfortable? Xiao Wu, it seems that your reputation has been established here. Shangguan looked at the crowd with a funny smile. Cloud Dance coldly glanced at him. A plunder turned into an illusion, and instantly stood on the wall. There it is, one of them pointed to the Cloud Dance on the city wall and exclaimed. Suddenly, people's eyes moved to Yunwu. On the wall of the city, a woman in purple stood on it, her clothes floating, as if she had fallen from the sky, her indifferent look as clear as ice lotus, as if God and man could not be profaned. Looking at the Cloud Dance, the noisy crowd is still and silent, and the breath seems to be very slow, slow to suffocate. Is she the girl summoner? She was the one who saved Shaching that day and beat back the tide of beasts with one man's strength. Left League looking at Cloud Dance, sharp eyes soften a lot. As soon as the words came out, everyone whispered again. Zhuameng looked at the figure on the city wall. Her every move that night really shocked him. She deserves today's influence. Cloud Dance swept a crowd, cool and indifferent voice, with the inherent momentum in the throat. I'm here to form a team and cultivate them for my own use. I won't say much about the rest. I welcome those who are willing to follow me, and I don't force those who are not. With so many people looking at her, it's like watching a beauty. She really can't stand the feeling of being appreciated for free. She just goes straight to the point and solves it as soon as possible. You saved the big guy's life that day. The big guy has long been out of touch with your strength. It's a blessing for the brothers to follow you. We are willing to follow you. Yes, we are all willing to follow you. Cloud Dance, slightly jaw-head, lip side of the arc bent a little. Don't want to now, please leave for a while. No one in the crowd left, how to stand or how to stand. So everyone is willing to follow me? Don't ask why. Don't ask anything else? This scene made Yunwu a little surprised, although I guess that many people would like to follow her. But she never thought that everyone would like to, and no one would refuse in this way. There are too many people, and the momentum immediately goes up. We are all willing to die. As for Yunwu, they're convinced and grateful. After committing a crime and then being driven out by their respective families, their behavior is more and more unacceptable. It can be regarded as a kind of self-abandonment, but it is not an unforgivable evil. That night, Yunwu's unintentional action gave them a trace of warmth. Just for this trace of warmth, they can repay with their lives. Cloud Dance nods, and a cold light passes in her eyes. With their help and Chi-Yi's black team, what are you afraid of? Well, everyone will wait for my news and Shaching. When everything is ready, I will inform you. Good. They all spoke in unison. 100 years of scattered sand has been accepted by the Cloud Dance for one night. Although she knows that some of these people speak of morality and some join in the fun, they are trustworthy people. At least they know that it's enough to unite against danger. With the help of all the people, Yunwu returned to the inn and planned to discuss how to distribute the next Li. Everyone was sitting around the table, everyone was thinking about it, and the atmosphere was quiet and oppressive. How many forces are there in all? Cloud Dance looks at and asks Red Fire Dragon. In addition to the 3 cities, the Shuanshire family is the biggest force, followed by many scattered forces, which cannot be underestimated when they gather together. Red Fire Dragon looked at the Cloud Dance and sighed helplessly. My uncle has been imprisoned for hundreds of years. Who knows if there is any change in the situation inside? There should be no change in the distribution of power. She seems to remember where she heard that there are still 3 cities of the Dragon family. Because the Shuanshire family relies on the Dragon Palace, it is the most powerful family. But now the Shuanshire family is no longer afraid. After all, there is only one empty shell left. What's more, it has no use value for the Dragon Palace. The rest are the 3 cities. According to the influence of the Dragon Tornado on the Dragon people, Yunwu has a general understanding. The 3 cities are divided into 3 directions, 2 of which are waterways. Only one is dirt road. The nearest city to the Dragon Palace is Tuaching, the only surface city and the most closely guarded city. The other 2 cities are located on the east and west wings of the Dragon Palace, and are mainly by waterway. Night, Nanganji, you 2 take a group of people to the east city, Shangguan and Situ Lan go to the west city. Try to change these 2 cities into our people. I will let Mengbai open a tunnel for you to do things conveniently. Cloud Dance this words, the other 4 people is no problem. Mengbai is not willing to. I'm of noble blood. You want me to burrow? That's the work of a mouse, aren't you? Everyone looks at Mengbai with a natural face. It seems that in their eyes, he has always been the image of a mouse. Mengbai got angry and took a sip of stuffy tea. Sooner or later, he will let you know how important noble blood is when it is necessary. The rest of us took the black team, and others to Nansheng pretended to attack, and did enough momentum. At that time, we would give the Dragon King a big dumpling meal. Cloud danced by the way. A few nodded in agreement. That's settled. We'll start early tomorrow morning. See, other people have no opinion. Cloud dance will action settled. Then have a good rest tonight. I'll go first. Chi Knight toward Cloud dance make a wink. Take the lead to get up to leave. Yunwu frowned slightly. Without waiting for her to say anything, several people left one after another. Only she and Dragon were left in the room. Can't we waste their good intentions just for a moment? Long Qingxie casts a wink at Yunwu. It really can't be wasted. The Cloud dances Phoenix Mao to pick. The eye bottom passes a silk to smile. So you yourself slowly lead own spring night. I go back to rest first. Yunwu turns to leave, leaving a sigh in the room echoing for a long time. The night was silent. The stars and the moon were dim. Suddenly, a cloud passed through the sky, and the whole night sky suddenly became dark. The noisy night is destined to be another sleepless night. In the quiet room, Yunwu is lying on the bed, listening to a strange noise on the roof. His eyes are burning, passing a touch of cold, and he doesn't sleep in the middle of the night. Do you come to visit? The next second, a silent thing floated down in the roof, all the way down, all the way with white smoke. When she saw that thing, she had already smelled a fragrance. Yunwu was surprised. It was Mi Xiang. She just accidentally inhaled a lot of it. It's over. After a while, the thing fell to the ground without any sound. Two people in night clothes opened the window and jumped into the room. The two men were tall and had a lot of energy to get in. It's the shape of the dragon, people alive or dead. In the quiet room, a low voice could be heard clearly. It's safer to live or die. Another voice replied. They nodded at the same time and crept to the cloud dance. Shwa! The dagger suddenly appeared in the hand of the man who took it. The next second, the man took the dagger and stabbed at the cloud. The man stabbed twice in a row, only to find that there was no blood on the knife, and he felt that the stabbing thing was not right. Suddenly, the man opened the quilt. There was nothing under the quilt except a pillow covered with holes. Where was the figure of Cloud dancing? At this time, the candle light in the room ignited instantly. Bang! Out of the psychological effect of being a thief, the moment the candle lights up, the man's hand with the dagger shakes violently, and accidentally the dagger falls to the ground. Yunwu felt her forehead, as if helpless. Did these people come to kill her, or make fun of her? Who sent you? Cloud dance coldly glances at two people. The eye ground is flashing the edge. You don't have to know. Are you going by yourself, or are we going with you? The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to raise a touch of bloodthirsty radiance. Sneer away. Depend on you? As soon as her voice fell, she heard the sound of fighting coming from Qi Yi's room next door, followed by Nangong, Yi, Mingbai, Situ Lan, and others. Almost everyone was in the same trouble as her. Who the hell are they? Yunwu's eyes were frosty. So many people came and knew the people around her like the back of their fingers. They were prepared to deal with them. And the two people in front of her were not so superficial and useless. And worry about others. You'd better worry about yourself. One of them glanced at the cloud dance, picked up the dagger on the ground, and the body shape of the cloud dance came quickly. The other man followed closely, and the three figures were intertwined in an instant. In the silent night, there was a lot of noise, and the smell of blood began to spread throughout the inn. The strength of those two people is really not bad. Yunwu doesn't want to entangle with them anymore. He sneaks out of the room and joins Qi Yi's, who has already played in the room. With you, I'll be hunted at any time and place. Qi Knight color eyes color slightly angry, tone cold to the extreme. At this time, she was only wrapped in a white coat. Her hair was wet, and she didn't even wear shoes. It seemed that she was just bathing cloud dance and embarrassed smile. I come, you withdraw first. Qi Knight color white her one eye. Just leave after Nanganji room. Nanganji, in order to avoid attack, suddenly appeared outside the room. Happened to bump into some embarrassed Qi Knight color at the moment. For eyes opposite are surprised. Under the white gauze, Nangong Yi's indifferent eyes look up and down, inadvertently looking at Qi Knight, but she is a little shocked by her embarrassed appearance at the moment. Qi Knight color facial expression is cold, Cross South Palace Ida turned round to return to her room. Keep those two for me. Yunwu and Nangong Yi look at each other and can't help laughing. Then Yunwu gets involved in the battle again. Nangong Yi takes a look at Chi's room in the night. A smile passes through his indifferent eyes like a spring breeze. The fighting is getting fiercer and fiercer. In the night, the light of fire element appears constantly, and the dragon people are constantly beaten away. Bang! The cloud dances a figure to sweep. A foot put the last black-dressed person into the pond. At the moment, Nangong Yilong is still fighting. Yunwu walked to the edge of the pond and glanced at the man in black in the pond. Qinghan said, "Who sent you to kill me?" The man in black looked at the cloud dance. His lips trembled. "Never want to know." Cloud dance nodded, lips stained with a bloodthirsty smile. "Then you never want to come up? Now, just in spring, the weather at night is still a little cool, not to mention soaking in the pond water." I saw that the man in the pond has been frozen, slightly trembling. When hearing the words of the clouds, the body suddenly stiff. "Mean? Just no, so you're not going to say it?" Cloud dance tiny pick eyebrow. To oneself mean happy admit. "I've been with Long Qingxie for a long time. It doesn't matter if I'm shameless or mean." Do dream the man was shivering all over, and he didn't speak anymore. Cloud dance nodded. "Look at you so backbone. I also admire let you." The man looked at Yunwu, waiting for her next words. He thought she would say, "Let him up. Follow your heart and stay in it." "Can you stop me?" With a roar of anger, the man disappeared in the same place in a flash, followed by the shadow of cloud and mist, which turned into a residual shadow. The man escaped from the right side and was stopped by the cloud dance. The pond is so big, but there is no place for him to go up. The man who admits his life is not on the run. He stays in the pond honestly. Cloud dance, his hands ring chest, languid standing on the edge of the pond, also not anxious, as if nothing happened to watch other people fighting. At this time, Chi has finished wearing. A face of frost-cold indifference came out. All around, the dignified intention to kill makes Nangong Yi a little shocked, the interest of retreat. Chi was dressed in red at night. His breath was cold, and his figure was quick. As soon as the snake sword came out, every sword was a fatal blow. He made a perfect arc in the night sky. Sure enough, I made the right choice. Yunwu looks at the people in black who have been killed one after another, and her eyes pass a trace of helplessness. Fortunately, she is left living in the pond, otherwise it's cruel. Yunwu felt sorry for the man in black. Smell speech. South Temple E corner of mouth funny twitch for a while. Looking at Cloud Dance's eyes strange. Is she cruel? Compared with you, its kind of sound of fighting around has made the lights in the hotel room light up one after another. But no one came out to see what was going on. It's probably because I'm used to seeing so many such things. Cloud Dance in the battle of a few people found the dragon evil figure. Now he has solved 4 people, the 4 people standing beside him, head down, a face I was wrong. And Long Qingxie sat on the stool, looking up at several people from time to time, as if asking questions. Yunwu frowned slightly. What's the matter with this guy? Help me watch him, don't let him run away, and don't let Chi-Yi's kill him. Cloud Dance glanced at Chi-Yi's, who was just like ghosts and bloodthirsty. He felt that his worry was not unnecessary. Nangong Yi nodded slightly. What's the matter? Cloud Dance walks to Long Qingxia's side, sits down, and asks along his position. The purpose of the people sent by the Dragon Palace is the ancient light in your hands. The dragon's evil eyes narrowed slightly, and Chaoyin Dance showed a charming smile. Cloud Dance sneers. He has long guessed that the Dragon Palace will not let the ancient light go. Now it seems that it has begun to move. None of these people can go back alive. The voice of Cloud Dancing Satan is cold. If these people go back, the whereabouts of the red fire dragon will be exposed. She can't let the dragon people send people to catch the red fire dragon. At least not before she goes to the dragon people. With her voice falling, blood splashing, those people in black who were knocked down by various postures all fell to the ground in the same posture and could not get up again. In the night, the blood is shining with other scarlet, bloodthirsty and ferocious. Yunwu walked to the man in the pond and looked at him with a smile. Give you a chance to live. You'd rather die than surrender. If I don't help you, how bad? What do you want to do? The man was shivering with cold, but now he was afraid of stiffness. He saw a pair of eyes like the devil's scarlet, bloodthirsty, like the abyss of hell. Kill you? The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows pick slightly. It's like eating. Xiao Wu, it's cruel of you to do so. Let them go. Sidolan looked at the shivering man with sympathy. Cloud Dance Light glanced at him one eye, smile, casually. In the pond, when the man heard the words, he was so happy that he climbed to the bank rigidly. Regardless of the pain, he ran away. Brush! A silvery sword swept through the air and reappeared in scarlet color. The brain looks at the long sword protruding from the abdomen, looks dull and frightened, and the fundus of the eye reveals the disbelief. I just asked her to let you go, but I didn't say that. Behind him, a smile like a spring breeze filled the air and wandered back and forth. Cloud Dance Phoenix, eyes tiny am I? This is Situlan's nature? Piampi and warm, natural and unrestrained under the most ruthless side. The night was quiet again, and the smell of killing faded away. At night, the smell of blood still permeates the inn. When Yunwu gets up again, he finds that the blood corpse in the yard has disappeared. He can't help but wonder that he has been treated clean. When she saw a bone gnawed by a rhubarb dog in the distance, she immediately understood. The top of the desert is the top of the desert. Dead people are like dead dogs. Just deal with them. Knowing that the Dragon King had sent someone to pursue and kill her for the sake of the ancient light, several people accelerated the speed of fighting against the dragon people after discussion, and sent a signal to gather the people of Shacheng early in the morning. In the early morning, the Shacheng, which was originally quiet, became noisy in an instant, and the gate was already full of people. At this time, Yunwu was talking to them. After a night's meditation, they had basically made up their mind whether they could stay or leave. The big guy is willing to follow you and ask nothing else. But now can you tell the big guy what we are going to do? So that the brothers have a bottom in their hearts, and they should do something about it. Outside the gate of the city, there are a lot of people. Everyone is riding a camel. At first glance, it looks like a crusader. Fight against the dragon people. Cloud Dance cold voice. Restless crowd instantly quiet. Crusading against the dragon people? Everyone wondered if they had heard the wrong thing. Yunwu naturally knows what they are thinking in their hearts. The reason why they didn't say what to do yesterday is that they want them to promise first, and then after telling them what to do, those who keep their promise won't leave, and those who don't need her team. Now is the time to witness the results. Can you tell us why we crusade against the dragon people? Asked one of the calm men. The clouds danced, the lips opened, and every word and sentence left an indelible impression in their hearts. Do you think the dragon people are clean now? I don't think it's clean, so I have to crusade to clear the muddy water. As the old saying goes, if you want to join me, if you don't, I won't force you. Cloud Dance calmly swept the crowd one eye, then way. This is the 8th prince of the dragon nationality. He fled when he was expelled from the dragon nationality. You should know why he was expelled. Cloud Dance points to the red fire dragon beside him and mentions the events of that year, but it causes a great disturbance. Is he the 8th prince who escaped? No wonder a notice has been issued these days that the 8th prince who is going to be missing suddenly appears and runs away again. When the 8th prince was here, although he liked to be mischievous, his nature was not bad. Who knows? They all looked at the red fire dragon and were surprised. They didn't expect that the 8 princes who had been expelled from the dragon clan had come back. Cloud Dance nods, eyes light in indifference. He is the 8 princes of the dragon family. Rumor that the 8 princes who embezzled Xiu and Dan, but with your understanding of him, will he do so stupid things for a Xiu and Dan? She believed that all the people here were not stupid. Naturally, they could understand it. If for the sake of power, he can kill Qi Yong's mother thousands of times at any time. Why do we have to swallow Xiu and Dan to get into trouble? Red Fire Dragon also said that when he was out playing, he was often assassinated. It was estimated that he was sent by Qi Yong, but they didn't kill the Red Fire Dragon. They had to do it. You mean someone set him up? A tall, white-bearded old man has a beard many times, his eyes are bright, and his face is thoughtful. It seems that he is from the dragon nationality, and he knows more about it. It seems that there are people who understand. Who do you think is behind the scenes? The old man's sharp eyes looked at Yunwu, but Yunwu saw the name of the person she suspected in her eyes. The corner of his mouth stirred up a cold smile. It seemed that the old man had been hurt by Qi Yong. Otherwise, he would not show such a resentful expression. I don't know if anyone here has suffered from the fourth prince. Smell speech. A lot of people's facial expression a change. Twinkling of an eye, namely die. The abnormality of this moment can't escape the eye of Cloud Dance, however. It seems that there are many. Silence after a long time, as if for a century. I was driven out of the dragon clan the next day because I said a few words that the eighth prince might have been framed. Me too. But my charge is stealing the dragon palace treasures. More than a dozen people were expelled from the dragon clan because they discussed the possibility that the red fire dragon might have been framed. However, she was very strange, and her words were terrible. Why didn't he just kill these people to avoid future trouble? Are you afraid that if you are found, you will be charged with murder? At this time, the crowd was full of people, and a dozen dragon people in armor came out. Those people have steady steps and sharp eyes. At first sight, they are trained people, not palace guards, but also soldiers. And us? One of the men, Blackbeard, had deep eyes. It seemed that he was the head of several people. Are you guards of the dragon palace? Although it was a question, Yunwu asked in a positive tone. Blackbeard thought for a moment and nodded. We used to be under the fourth prince. It seems that I really want to know soon. The clouds danced coldly. The atmosphere all around suddenly became tense and suffocated. Everyone knew that what this man said next was the truth of the year. Brother, you can't say it. One of them saw his forehead wrinkled tightly, blocking Blackbeard. The look of his eyes was a little painful, and his eyes were slightly red. Don't worry. We've kept this secret for so many years. We can't keep it in our hearts all the time. We can't stand up and be human. But big brother, stop it. I made up my mind. Blackbeard angrily interrupted the man's words, then looked at the red dragon, knelt down on one knee. Eight prince, what happened in those years? My subordinates made amends to you first. Say a buckle body, long kneel not up. The red fire dragon's face changed slightly. He looked at Yunwu, but he didn't say anything. What happened in those years was a great shame to him. How can he be calm in the face? After a long time, the red fire dragon jumped from Camel Warcraft, went to Blackbeard, grabbed his arm, and helped him stand up. There is a head of injustice and a master of debt. You are also ordered to do things. Of course, I will not blame you for the debt. Smell speech. Blackbeard sharp mouth son of Zheng, you really don't blame us? It's strange for me to chatter endlessly. Red Fire Dragon did not roar at him, turned back to the camel. Blackbeard suddenly smiled. This is the eighth prince they know. In those days, Qi Yong really hurt his mother for the sake of power? Looking at Blackbeard, Yunwu still didn't believe it. Qi and Yunlingi don't have any anxieties, but they still can't attack him at the critical moment. Qi Yong's mother gave birth to him and raised him. Can it be worth a fight? As the saying goes, tiger poison does not eat son. Family is inseparable. Qi Yong really so crazy? The last time I saw him, I thought he was very deep and gloomy, but I didn't see that he was a cruel man. We can't blame the fourth prince for this. It's our fault. Blackbeard sighed and fell into the memory of the past. When we got Shu and Dan, we rushed back to the Dragon Palace, but we were hijacked on the way, and Shu and Dan was lost. The fourth prince was also very sad to learn about this. It happened that the Dragon King recalled the eighth prince back, so the fourth prince asked us to blame the eighth prince for this. Blackbeard's face was dignified. If Sahundan had not been robbed, how could they have been driven out of the Dragon Clan forever? If it had not been for the coincidence, the eighth prince would not have come to this end. Well, I didn't want to talk about the past, but now it's better for you to understand. Red Fire Dragon Horse voice. Take out a wooden box from the bosom to throw to Blackbeard. This is I was framed to escape from the Dragon Palace. Was found in Qi Yong room. You see. At the moment when he saw the wooden box, Blackbeard's face changed, his forehead wrinkled, his eyes were surprised, as if he saw something that should not have been impossible to see. Not only him, but also more than 10 people behind him were shocked when they saw the wooden box. Blackbeard opened the wooden box slowly. Every minute he opened it, his face became dignified. When the wooden box was completely opened, all the people looked at the wooden box and shook their heads. Their eyes were unbelievable. How could it be? Is it the fourth prince who robs a Hunden? What is in the wooden box is a red soul continuation pill, which is as red as blood and as bright as diamond. They will never forget it if they see it once. Is it really found in the fourth prince's room? Blackbeard looked at Red Dragon and doubted his words. Up to now, I don't want to lie to you. Even if you don't believe me, you should trust her. Right. Red Fire Dragon points to Cloud Dance, which has been hidden in his heart for many years. He didn't say it because he didn't believe it was Chi Yong. Now the truth is more and more clear, and he has to believe it. Smell speech. Blackbeard dignified facial expression instant becomes a little dim. It was actually made by the fourth prince. Does he want to remove all the people who knew that he had framed the eighth prince? If it wasn't for this sudden girl, they might not know the truth of this matter for hundreds of years. No wonder the fourth prince asked them to eat the ghost grass and swore that they would not mention it in the future. If they mentioned it, they would be destroyed by the ghost grass, devouring the heart and leaving no bones. I'm afraid that something will happen one day. If he didn't tell the truth at the cost of his life today, then I will have a bad conscience all my life. Thinking of the fact that they followed him all their lives, but finally got a time bomb, and the result that they could not get freedom all their lives, his unhappiness became more and more obvious. Do you think it's not worth it? Do you think it's selfish? Cloud Dance sneers. Don't talk about it. Our brothers are willing to follow you to the death and fight against the Dragon Clan. Asked Chi Yong clearly. Yes, we must be innocent of what happened in those years. Let's go too. The Dragon Palace is Chi Yong's world now. I don't know what more lawless things will happen in the future. Yes, we all go. They all shout to attack the Dragon Palace. Yunwu knows that he has won the bet. Now Chi Yong is in power, and with his unique city government, the Dragon King has appointed Chi Yong as the new Dragon King. In addition, after knowing Chi Yong's crime, it is impossible for the Dragon people to watch the Dragon people go deeper and deeper. And other people who have been expelled know what it's like to be expelled from their families, especially those who have been expelled because of their grievances, so they all have a sympathetic voice to urge them to go. What's more, it's because of Cloud Dance, the sacred vocalist profession, and the uncanny power that they admire and are willing to dominate for her. Well, we are divided into 3 groups. They are 2 groups, and I am with them. Yunwu points to Chi Yi's, Nanganji, Shangwan, and Sitolan, Ming by Red Fire Dragon and Dragon's Evil Way. Smell speech. Public this just carefully looked at a few people. It doesn't matter if you look at it. Once you look at the restless factor in your heart, you will be completely relieved. One is like ice, without any temperature. A man like God, pure and elegant with the world. A dawdle, but with a dark and strange atmosphere. A warm as the sun, but feel even deeper than the night evil. It's like you don't care about anything. An evil spirit with a trace of darkness in the god, but the darkness is like a demon, bloodthirsty and evil. And each of them is just human, but the strength makes them feel the existence of fear, and everyone's posture is so untouchable. Is this the summoner's friend? Today is a real eye-opener for them. Of course, these people don't know the identities of these human beings in their eyes. If they know their identities, they may be even more surprised. After the 3 teams dispersed, they drove to the Dragon Tribe together. A large number of people and horses were scattered like the quicksand on the top of the desert. But because of the clouds, she gathered the scattered sand together and twisted it into an irresistible force. Once again came to the dragon border. To meet the Cloud Dance is still the Silver Dragon. Silver Dragon hand tie and stick is still shown in red. This time, the man in armor came to open the border for her. Once she was born, and twice she was familiar. There was no accident for her, but she was surprised by the group of people behind her. How did the silver dragon messenger show up? Are there any noble guests among us? You know, it must be a big man who can make the silver dragon come out to meet you. Messenger, who are you here to meet? Blackbeard looked at the silver dragon messenger and was surprised. So far, this is the second time he saw the silver dragon messenger, and the first time he met the Dragon King. As far as he knows, there should be no nobles who can disturb the dragon messengers except the red fire dragon. But because of being expelled, Red Dragon is no longer a noble. Are there any other nobles? Lao Tzu is full of noble blood, don't you know? Mengbai glanced at Blackbeard with disdain. Smell speech. Blackbeard looked up and down Meng by one eye, eyes full of doubt. What's the question? I don't look like a nobleman? The crowd heard the words and nodded at the same time. The silver dragon messenger's face changed slightly, and he didn't speak for a long time. He is of noble primary lineage, but he appears because of red high lineage. Since he admits that it is because of him, what else can he say? He said that the advanced red Tiant stick appeared, but he didn't know who the red Tiant stick represented, because the red Tiant stick never appeared. Who is the person who can give the red Tiant stick a sense? Dragon King has only intermediate pink. Who can be higher than the 9th 5-year plan? In order to cover up his embarrassment, the silver dragon messenger quietly looked at Yunwu. Just when looking at the large number of people behind her, some doubt. Your task is not just to meet the guests? Cloud Dance picks eyebrow to ask away. Silver Dragon Messenger slightly jawhead. His task is really to meet the junior above VIP. Where is all that nonsense coming from? Open the way as soon as the clouds dance and the willow eyebrows condense. All you have to do is open the door to welcome the distinguished guests. How can there be so many problems? The Silver Dragon Messenger's face changed slightly. Looking at the large number of people behind Yunwu, he was in trouble. If the red VIP comes here, he should open the door respectfully. But now, how does this posture seem to come to clean up? No, I don't do eyes. Cloud Dance eyes show a trace of dangerous scarlet. Suddenly, the Tiant's stick in the hand of the Silver Dragon Messenger hummed soundlessly. The red color became more and more colorful and restless. That day, CE Stick had feelings with his heart. Naturally, other people couldn't feel the abnormality of Tion CE Stick. The Silver Dragon Messenger was surprised. But after pondering for a moment, he finally decided to open the border. He doesn't know who can inspire the red Tiant Stick, but the only thing he knows is that once that person gets angry, the Tiant Stick will be destroyed, and the border of the Dragon Tribe will become an empty decoration. The border is very strong. No one can destroy it. The only one that can destroy it is the Red Nobles. At that time, everyone thought that there would be no red aristocrats here, so they thought it was not a devastating loophole. But they didn't expect, after the Silver Dragon Messenger opened the border, 3 groups of people went to different directions. See and leave the 2 groups of people, Cloud, Dance Mouth Corner a bend. As long as they fight there, take the Dragon Palace like pinch an ant. After Chi Yi's and Shangwan leave, Yunwu also plans to leave for Tawaching in the south. Looking back, the Silver Dragon Messenger has not left. Glancing at the Silver Dragon Messenger, the Cloud danced and frowned a little displeased. Is there anything else? Who are you? Silver Dragon Messenger, confused, asked irrelevant words. Human Summoner, don't you know this identity? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? A touch of irony appeared in Meng Bai's mouth. The red fire dragon frowned slightly, and there was a trace of doubt in his eyes. When did the Silver Dragon Messenger talk so much? In the past, the Silver Dragon Emissary was a Gao Lung type who didn't say a word to his father. Now what's the matter, Summoner? Silver Dragon Messenger stunned a Zheng, and then restore the usual indifference. I see, disturb. After that, the volley turned into a silver dragon, hovering in the sky for a moment, and then disappeared. Looking at the Silver Dragon Messenger, Yunwu can only shake his head helplessly. Looking back at the dragon, what are you thinking? From the road to now, he almost did not say a word. All the way seems to be thinking about something. Dragon Qing, evil spirit smile. I'm thinking of a way to have the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds? Cloud Dance doesn't understand of tiny CU eyebrow. Long Qingxia nodded. Thin lip evil said, our ultimate goal is not the light of ancient times? Hard is not as good as soft. Is it Yunwu had no choice but to smile and take a deep breath. Yes, she seems to have forgotten that she came for the light of ancient times now. I know clearly that the ancient light was in the Dragon Palace, but I just don't know where it was. If you hit hard, even if you help Red Fire Dragon get back her innocence, it's not likely that the Dragon King will give her face and hand over the ancient light. If you come to soft, you can see everyone's face, even if he knows the whereabouts of the ancient light and doesn't want to say, he will let them go to the Dragon Palace to find the ancient light, so it's easier to do. Do you have any idea? Cloud Dance feel that such a thing, or have to give her this scheming man to solve? The dragon tilts evil spirit to hook up the lip cape, wantonly smile. The method is to have, but must first go into the Dragon Palace to say righteously. It's easy to say. Take Qi Yong as a stepping stone. The enchantment and danger of Cloud dancing and laughing. Long Qingxia nodded. My woman is so smart. I can't stand it. Let's go first. Ming Bai let out a loud cry and touched his arm. He felt excited all over his body and wrote 3 words on his face. He couldn't stand it. I don't like the scene of kissing me. You're not polite. Make room for them. With a wave of his hand, the red dragon took a group of people behind him and headed south. Get back here. Cloud Dance eyes color a cold. Toward the crowd, a low roar. In a twinkling of an eye, the people who had just taken 2 steps quickly backed back. Cloud Dance swept Red Fire Dragon and Ming by one eye. Cold way. Next time pick your dragon skin and your mouse skin. 2 people body, 1 tremble. The corner of the mouth fierce, 1 twitch. Mutually stare, 1 eye. It seems that it's not good to offend anyone. I have to offend this female king of hell. Boom! There was an unusual roar from the surface of the earth. Cloud Dance pupil Mao am I. This is the signal that their side moves to start. No Chi say, an upper official there already started to attack a city. She looks back to see to the public. Come on, it's our turn. In the Dragon Palace. Report, the East City was attacked by unidentified people. Fierce, we did not prepare loss. Report, the West City has been attacked by artillery, and the gate has been destroyed. Before the last report was finished, and before the other person arrived, a quick voice had come, interrupting the first person. 2 cities in a hurry. The Dragon King in the yellow velvet robe looks very ugly. The dragon people have always been friendly with all ethnic groups, and they have been quiet for thousands of years. How can someone attack suddenly? Who on earth came here? Low roar, trying to endure. There are so many people here that I don't know. The visitor went underground in shame. Waste! The Dragon King roared, and the teacup fell to pieces. The Dragon King calms his anger. The most urgent task now is to send troops to support, otherwise the 2 cities will be in crisis. I'm afraid it will be, thought the minister of the dragon race said in a hurry. The old Dragon King looked very angry and thought for a while. He said in a deep voice, how's the situation of Tawaching? To the Dragon King, there is nothing unusual about Tawaching. Another great general in the court. Send troops to support the 2 cities immediately, and guard them for me anyway. The Dragon King clenched his fists tightly. Because of anger, his whiskers were raised slightly, and his body trembled slightly with excitement. Yes, the general turned and left. The Dragon King is the king of the dragon people, and he has a sense of the dragon area. Feeling the roar of the distant land, the Dragon King seems to be able to imagine the situation of the 2 cities. Who on earth can take a large number of people through the border and attack the Dragon Clan? But he didn't know that the roar was intended for him. Qi Yi Shangwan, 2 groups of people, although the movement is big, but the reign is small, did not really plan to attack the city, just want to let the Dragon Palace send troops. When the Dragon Palace sent heavy troops to support the 2 cities, Yunwu and his party had been hiding around Tawaching, waiting for the people of the Dragon Palace to leave. Seeing that most of the forces of the Dragon Palace have dispersed to the 2 cities, Yunwu gives an order, and everyone begins to attack Tawaching. Tawaching has a strong guard. But the cloud dance has already let Chi Knight's black dress team advance inside. Come inside, answer outside. According to the plan, the 5 dragon people are now waiting in the city for the Dragon King to come and control the Dragon Palace. Inside the Dragon Palace. No, Tawaching is under attack. What? The Dragon King got up. His face turned pale. Come on, lead the troops with me to support Tawaching. Tawaching is the most important defensive area. If Tawaching falls, the Dragon Palace will be in crisis. At this time, a shadow came quickly. The man looks like he's worried. Isn't he Qi Yong? Father Huang, if you attack with illness, you will certainly cause more riots among the dragon people. Why don't you ask your son to explore the truth first, and he will guarantee to protect Tawaching. Qi Yong half kneels on the ground to request. The facial expression manner is extremely sincere. The Dragon King pondered for a moment, nodded. You take 10,000 people to meet. If it is the main force of the enemy, try to circle, see if there is room for relaxation. Yes, Qi Yong got up and left in a hurry. Just now I heard the spies report that it was Red Fire Dragon who brought people to attack the city. He must not be given the chance to see his father. Tawaching. Above the city wall, the Black Team and the Dragon Guards have been fighting. Dragon Guards are good at defense and attack. They are powerful and agile. They have a great advantage. But Qi Knight's Black Team is just like a ghost in the daytime. The Dragon people have no place to use their power and can't catch their shadow. In this way, the Black Team is better. The Black Team uses Qi Yi's weapon specially made for them, Soft Sword. It's as soft as a whip and sharp as a sword. It's an excellent weapon for killers. Qi Yong's backup troops have not come yet. The dragon people on the city wall have been almost cleaned up by the Black Team. Now they are basically the territory of the Black Team. Under the wall, the team in black took the wall and opened the gate. Cloud Dance saw the Black Team occupied the city wall, opened the city gate, also not anxious to enter the city. She's waiting for someone worthy of her negotiation. Step on. In the distance, a group of black people galloped in. Cloud Dance looked at the menacing crowd. Phoenix's eyes slightly narrowed, a trace of cold on passed by the fundus of the eyes. It's him, Qi Yong. She cold lips raised a smile. The opposite person is not worth her waste of words to negotiate. For eyes opposite, like ice like purgatory, the atmosphere around suddenly strange up. Qi Yong took a deep look at the Cloud Dance and moved his eyes to the Red Fire Dragon with a deep smile. 8 younger brother, long time no see. Seeing this, Red Fire Dragon's anger can't help rising. Even Cloud Dance can clearly smell his anger of killing people. Calm down, what's the hurry? When you're going to relieve your anger, I'll be with you if you can't kill him at that time. Cloud Dance stares at Red Fire Dragon and indicates that he should restrain his hot temper. We are all civilized people. How can we use violence at the beginning? Red Fire Dragon resists the impulse to kill Qi Yong, except the burning anger. 8 younger brother, the father and the emperor ordered you to be expelled from the dragon tribe, and exiled to the top of the desert is already for the sake of father and son. How can you not be satisfied? Qi Yong looks at the Red Fire Dragon, and his deep eyes are unpredictable. The dragon scale on the dragon's armor is full of the edge of killing, just as he wanted to kill the Red Fire Dragon in his present mood, so as to avoid future trouble. That book is for the sake of father and son. Is it kind enough to kill you? Red Fire Dragon angry eyes a cold, a jump body half empty, instant into dragon state. Roar! The dragon roared and whirled over the crowd. Cloud Dance slightly frowned, raised eyes to glance at a Red Fire Dragon. Eyes swept a trace of helplessness. Forget it. With his hot temper, suffered hundreds of years of humiliation. Now he cannot bear to kill Qi Yong is already very good. What else does she want? Do you think, 4th Prince, do you think you are qualified to speak in the present situation? Yunwu interrupts Qi Yong's words, with a hint of warning and provocation in his cold voice. Smell speech. Qi Yong facial expression tiny change, but very quickly concealed go down. Looking at Yunwu, so what? Can you really attack the Dragon Palace? After that, A disgusting smile appeared on his deep face, which made Yunwu feel very uncomfortable. Ah! With a scream, Qi Yong's whole body fell over in an instant and fell to the ground on the back of his mount. She really won't do it to the Dragon Palace, but if she does it to you, it will dirty her hands. Long Qingxia lazily takes back his palm, and the evil spirit casts a wink at the cloud dance. When you encounter dirty things, give them to Wei Fu, so that you won't feel sick. I think so. Cloud danced toward him a smile, satirized of saw, a Qi Yong of embarrassed. You. Qi Yong stood up in pain, his deep eyes burning with anger. Fourth prince, if there's a fire, hold it down first, or I'll be on fire and you'll suffer. Won't you? Cloud dance indifferent smile of cool evil. What on earth do you want to do? Qi Yong looked at a few people and gradually understood the form. He was always calm and calm. After he met Yunwu, he found that there were too many factors he could not control. For example, in the current situation, he was sure to win the Red Dragon, but now he is threatened and can't move. Of course you don't know what she wants to do, but you should know what he wants to do. Ming Bai points to Red Fire Dragon. A face you don't understand can go to die of expression. Smell speech. Qi Yong holds sword hand suddenly tight. Do you think anyone will believe what you say? Qi Yong looks at the Red Fire Dragon, and his eyes are calm again, just like the calm before the storm. We believe it. Don't believe who will come back with him? One by one, those people in Shaching made their stand clear. Does your trust work? Qi Yong's angry voice was hoarse and hoarse. Is the trust of the soldiers you drove out useful? Is the trust of an old friend who has been set up by you and expelled forever useful? Cloud dances to pick eyebrow to ask away. The eyes is an instant of looking at Qi Yong. She wants to see Qi Yong hear these words. The facial expression turns green of that moment. Sure enough, Qi Yong heard her words, iron black face instant green. Maybe Qi Yong didn't expect that the loyal soldiers would betray him in a few years after taking the deadly ghost grass. At that time, the soft-hearted, doomed to the consequences of today. Qi Yong glanced at the crowd and said, "Take them down." Yes, the army swarmed up behind him. Looking at the swarming army, Yunwu winked at the black team on the upper floor of the city. In an instant, the black team floated down the tower like a ghost, blocking the army going through the gate. With the sword waving, the city gate suddenly spattered blood and screamed. The gate of the city is only 10 meters wide. It only needs a few people in black to guard it. Qi Yong's people can't be killed. The so-called one man is in charge of the pass. 10,000 men are not allowed to open it. Looking at the falling soldiers, Qi Yong's face was a little ferocious. Then he yelled at the people behind him, "Kill them for me!" Most of the soldiers in front of him are from other races controlled by him, while those in the back are really dragon soldiers. Hearing Qi Yong's order, Yunwu looks at the Red Fire Dragon in the air. He says coldly, "Next it's your turn." Smell speech. Red Fire Dragon roars. Long Ine. Sweep toward front. In front of the dragon soldiers have become dragon state. Occupied in mid-air, Jingqiao orderly Chaoyun dance hit, but were stopped by Red Fire Dragon in mid-air. At this time, the black team had already killed the soldiers at the gate. At this time, a middle-aged man in armor rushed to Qi Yong and said something in his ear. Qi Yong's face changed. For a moment, those deep and secluded eyes were full of surprise, panic, and a faint sense of killing. At this moment, a golden dragon appeared in the air. The golden dragon was followed by several giant dragons, swimming in the direction of Cloud Dance in a zigzag shape. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow tiny pick, looking at Qi Yong's dark face. The corner of the lip radiant rises. Has the person of negotiation value come? If you're right, is that the Dragon King? At the time of Cloud Dance meditation, Jinlong has come to Qi Yong. The dragon's majesty swept away and disappeared in midair. There was one more person on the surface. Dragon King intentionally or unintentionally looked at the current situation. Forehead is not easy to detect, slightly wrinkled. When he saw the Red Fire Dragon fighting with the dragon soldiers, his solemn eyes flashed by. Red Fire Dragon also saw the Dragon King. When he was lost, he was hurt by the dragon soldiers. He showed his teeth in pain. I dare to hurt my uncle's tail. I don't want to kill you. Hearing this, the Dragon King's cold eyes seemed to pass a trace of helplessness. Although it was very shallow, it could not escape the eyes of Cloud Dance. Gently pull the corners of the mouth. It seems that the winning chip's in her hands. Finally, the Dragon King put his eyes on Yunwu, and the helpless in his eyes was completely hidden. I don't know where the dragon people offended you. Let you make such a sudden attack. To inspire the masses? All of a sudden? Is he implying that she is mean? No grudge in the past, no grudge in the near future. Plain voice like water, but with a touch of uncomfortable laziness. The Dragon King's face was colder and angrier. Then why is that? Looking at the guards killed on the city wall, the soldiers solved at the gate of the city, the ghostly black team, not to mention the army behind her. Is this the scene of no grudge in the past and no grudge in recent days? I don't have any grudges with the dragon people. It's him who has grudges. The Cloud dances a light glance red fire dragon way. The Dragon King took a look at the red fire dragon and understood what the situation was. Finally, he had to talk to the red fire dragon. You son of a bitch! Is this a rebellion? The Dragon King roared. Red fire dragon smell speech. Anger on the body a little cold. A jump body has been illusory human form, sitting on the camel warcraft body beside Cloud Dance. I want to rebel. Do you think the Dragon Palace is still there? When Red Fire Dragon heard the angry voice of the Dragon King, he was so excited that he didn't see his father for many years. He didn't even want to call his father. Maybe it was because his decision to expel him from the family was too arbitrary. The Dragon King's cold angry eye color slightly droops, already did not have such iceberg edges cold idea. Just now, he received the news that the east and west cities had been lost, and the comers had occupied the two cities. If they continued to attack the Dragon Palace, it was a must. But they did not continue to attack the Dragon Palace, they just occupied the two cities. At that time, he knew that the comers did not want to capture the Dragon Palace. Then what do you want to do? The Dragon King lowered his voice and his body trembled slightly. Venda, we're just talking about a deal with you. Cloud Dance takes the lead to speak and interrupts Red Fire Dragon's words. With Red Fire Dragon's irascible temper, he quarrels with the Dragon King. After Qi Yong's provocation, he can fight soon, and nothing can be done at that time. What deal? Looking at Yunwu, the Dragon King instantly realized that Yunwu was the leader of this event. I've been on the road for 2 days, and I'm still hungry. I don't know if the Dragon King has prepared something delicious for the big guy. Yunwu looks at the Dragon King's face like a chameleon with a smile. Smell speech. Not only Dragon King, Qi Yong originally gloomy facial expression more gloomy. Father, if you can raise such a fierce team, you must not lead wolves into the house. Qi Yong saw that the Dragon King was meditating on the words of Cloud Dance and quickly stopped it. He can't let the crisis to his disadvantage live, let alone let the crisis enter the Dragon Palace. Cloud Dance sneers. The smile is full of irony. Looking at Qi Yong's calm face appear flustered. She glanced at Red Dragon, seems to ask him how he feels. I don't think there's anything better than now. Red Fire Dragon wantonly smile, although smile does not reach the heart but also not against the heart. Then, Yunwu felt a look of murder hovering between them. If the look could kill people, she and Red Fire Dragon would have died thousands of times. Well, all of a sudden, Qi Yong screamed and bowed in pain. Dragon King, it's so difficult for you to choose a meal. Do you mind if I help you? Long Qingxia, who had not spoken for a long time, glanced at the Dragon King lazily. One of them jumped onto the Cloud dancing mount, hugged her waist, and put his chin on her shoulder. You? The Dragon King pointed to the dragon and looked at Qi Yong, who fell to the ground in pain. He was angry. Then he looked back and roared, "Please let them in. Wait a minute." Cloud Dance suddenly stopped the bodyguard who came to invite. They are used to being scattered on the top of the desert, so please ask the Dragon King to send the food out. Cloud Dance a smile, then look at the black team, and they're also sent out sneak attack, secretly check habit, in case can't bear to live in the Dragon Palace to investigate what's not good, just a few of us going to visit. With these words, Yong's face was worse than the color of eggplant. Just do what she says. The Dragon King knows very well that the Dragon Palace is now besieged and surrounded by cloud-dancing people. There must be some reason why she didn't move the Dragon Palace, and that reason may be a glimmer of hope to save the Dragon Crisis. Father King. Yong wanted to say something, but was stopped by the Dragon King's eyes. At the moment, there were many questions in his heart, but it was too late to study. Looking at the people gradually away, Yong clenched his fists, and his eyes were calm and terrifying. The dead are the surest. I understand. Cloud Dance, Dragon Poor Evil, Meng Bai, and Red Fire Dragon follow the Dragon King, all the way to the Dragon Palace. Dragon Palace is located on the sea not far from Tawaching. It is like an island floating on the sea. It is surrounded by a border, just like a fairyland on Earth. The three-legged golden crowns are transformed into the sun, shining on the sea and the magnificent Dragon Palace. In the distance, the turtle of the Dragon King came all the way, carrying several people to the Dragon Palace. Yunwu has some helplessness at the bottom of his heart. A person with status is willful. If he can walk by himself, he has to set up a mount. In about a quarter of an hour, the turtle took several people to the steps of the Dragon Palace. Yunwu then found out that the boundary of the Dragon Palace was not to defend the enemy, but just to prevent the invasion of seawater. It was overqualified. The moment you enter the Dragon Palace, the clouds are dancing, and you feel as if you were separated from the world. This Dragon Palace is similar to the Dragon Palace in modern TV dramas, except that there is no seawater seaweed and green vines are everywhere. They miraculously survive without seawater. Dragon pillars, dragon chairs, and dragon gates are everywhere in the form of dragons. A dragon wandering around, circling on the Dragon Palace, swimming in the sea, everywhere. Dragon Palace, really Dragon Palace after arriving at the Dragon Tribe, most of the dragons appear in human form. Even if some dragons hate human beings and do not want to appear in human form, there are also a few. However, most of the Dragon Palaces now appear in dragon form. This is the world of dragons. It's no exaggeration. After entering the Dragon Palace, Red Fire Dragon, just like back to his own home, quite due to the friendship of the host called Cloud Dance a few people, completely did not look at the Dragon King's face. Although the Dragon King was angry, now he was pinched by the neck and had no position to speak. After dinner, Yunwu put forward that he was tired for 2 days and wanted to stay in the Dragon Palace for one night. The Dragon King was angry, but he reluctantly agreed. Several of them lived in the Dragon Palace. Because they are human beings, they are naturally looked at by many people in the Dragon Palace. But even the Dragon King can't do anything to them, so they dare not do anything. It's not cool. The Dragon Palace at night is a bit cooler than usual. In the emerald crystal green and resplendent Dragon Palace, the Dragon King sits alone on the dragon chair, touching the bridge of his nose. It seems that he is tired between his eyebrows, but he can't sleep. Why? Can't you sleep? After passing the palace, looking at the Dragon King with a sad face, Yunwu came in with a cold voice. The Dragon King suddenly raised his eyes, and his sorrow turned into sharp. How did you come in? Oh! Cloud Dance chuckles and glances at the Dragon King sarcastically. Do you think your bodyguards work for me? The Dragon King didn't speak anymore. Of course, he knew that those bodyguards were equivalent to furnishings for her. What can I do for you? The Dragon King's attitude is not as tough and angry as he was at the gate today. Maybe he wants to understand. Now that someone holds a knife around his neck, even if he is angry, it doesn't help. Don't you want to know why we deal with the Dragon Palace? If the scope is smaller, you don't want to know the purpose of Red Fire Dragon's return this time? Cloud Dance squints her eyes and looks at the change of Dragon King. After a long time, the Dragon King sighed. Say what you want. When Red Fire Dragon robbed Shu and Dan, don't you think it's strange? As long as a person with normal thinking, he will feel strange, let alone a Dragon King who has been a dragon for thousands of years. You mean the Red Fire Dragon was set up? The Dragon King's eyes darkened. He glanced at the Cloud Dance and could not see any fluctuation. Yunwu just laughed and said nothing. This sentence has betrayed him. He suspected that Red Fire Dragon was framed. The story of that year has been turned over. There is no need to mention it again. The Dragon King stood up, touched his forehead wearily, and turned to leave. Turn the page? Do you want the whole Dragon Palace to turn over the story together? Cloud Dance's eyes swept out a touch of cold, tone thin cool a few minutes. Hearing Yunwu mention the Dragon Palace again, the Dragon King's anger rubs and burns. Li Mao looks sharp at Yunwu, and his tone suddenly becomes sharp. If you say it's a frame-up, it's a frame-up. Why should I believe you? Cloud Dance's eyes color slightly cold smile. It doesn't matter if the Dragon King doesn't believe me, but in your own heart, don't you have doubts for a long time? A wise leader may be dazzled by love and hate for a while, but he will soon wake up. I've given you the steps. It's up to you whether the Dragon King wants to go down or not. Everyone likes to be capped, and Dragon King is no exception. He pondered for a while, his anger faded, and finally understood the purpose of Yunwu's final attack on the Dragon Palace. You are a smart man. Stop! Cloud Dance suddenly stretched out a finger. After praising a person, it is often followed by a request. If you praise your intelligence, you can't do stupid things. If you praise your diligence, you can't be lazy. Praise a person is the next set. She won't go in. Dragon King, I'm an outsider. Even if Red Fire Dragon is your son, I'm also an outsider. It's possible for an outsider to do anything to hurt the Dragon Palace. Dragon King, think twice. You threaten me everywhere. Do you think I'm really afraid of you? The Dragon King was threatened by the Cloud Dance. There was no room for resistance. His self-esteem and dignity were absolutely unbearable. The Dragon King is not afraid of me, but I am not afraid of you either. Cloud Dance, indifferent looking at the Dragon King. A result for a piece is worth. All depends on the Dragon King way. She said frankly if entangle, but fell inferior. Dragon King pondered for a while. Su Rong said, according to your words, if this matter is true, the person who can return the innocence will be innocent. If it is not true, she will withdraw, which is the best. From which point of view, there is no harm. It was a long time ago, but he thought that as long as he wanted to find out, there were more or less clues. Along with the investigation, there would always be some clues. Unexpectedly, after a night's investigation, we found that all the people who testified about the Red Fire Dragon snatching of Xu and Dan were dead, and there was something strange about the death. The reason for everyone's death was different. Coincidence or premeditation? Dragon King began to think about Cloud Dance. This matter is really strange. When Dragon King investigated the matter, the clouds and dancing were not idle, and secretly investigating the matter. Over the past 100 years, she knew that only those officers and men were not enough to testify, and that they must find important evidence. Unfortunately, the material evidence had been taken away by the guy who was the chef fire dragon, and I don't know what else to find. The guy who doesn't do anything but add something. The quiet Yunlu Palace is dark everywhere, and the three figures quietly come and look around. All of a sudden, 2 night patrol bodyguards came face to face, and the three quickly hid in the flowers. It seems that the 4th prince will not come back tonight. I don't know what it's like to hold a woman like my mother all day long. Don't you dare say that. Walls have ears. The 2 voices are getting farther and farther away. The 3 people in the flowers looked at each other, and the corners of their mouths raised a radiant. The phantom passed by. They saw the palace gate move in the distance, which seemed to restore calm like an illusion. In the room, 3 dim figures are busy searching for something. After all this time, do you really think you will keep the evidence of that year? Red Fire Dragon looked for a while and did not find anything. Think Cloud Dance some think too much so long. The destruction of he has already destroyed it? If it were you, it would have been destroyed, but he wasn't you. Cloud Dance sneers. There is a kind of person in the world who will play with fire and burn himself sooner or later. That is conceit. Unfortunately, Qiyong was one of those. Little thing, I find that you are getting better and better at manipulating other people's minds. Long Qingxie's deep voice penetrated the darkness of the room, just like a touch of warmth coming to the Cloud Dancing ear. His eyes looked at the wall in the distance, and a mysterious smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. I think so. Yunwu glanced at him, passed him, and walked to the wall he had been looking at. Long Qingxia's golden eyes drooped slightly, and a smile appeared at the bottom of his eyes. This little thing. Yunwu knocked on the wall, and the movement of the wall was not unusual, but it made Yunwu feel that something was wrong and could not say what was wrong. What's the problem? Cloud Dance looks at the wall, eyebrows locked, eyes meditating. Did you find anything? Smell speech. Red Fire Dragon also walked to come over. Long Qingxia lazily sat down on the bench, picked up a brush to play with, looked at the Cloud Dance's eyes, doting evil spirit. If you can taste something sweet, I can consider telling you what's the problem. Yunwu's face turned black, and a trace of coolness appeared at the bottom of his eyes. When was the time? He was still in the mood to play tricks there. You like to be garrulous, don't you? Well, Long Qingxia bent down in pain and covered his legs with a slight pain. Is it sweet enough? Cloud Dance overlooks the dragon and looks cold. Red Fire Dragon sneered, asked for trouble. But was Cloud Dance a cold eye warning? Long Qingxia stood up, picked up Yunwu's waist, turned around, and put her on the chair. Madam, please sit down, and the rest will be given to my husband. Looking at Long Qingxia, Yunwu shakes his head helplessly. Is this guy masochistic? Long Qingxia went to the wall and looked at the brush in his hand. His golden eyes narrowed, and a gust of wind swept by. The brush was straight into the wall. Wow! There was a crackle in the wall. Then I saw a crack in the wall. As time went by, the crack became bigger and bigger. Finally, it opened. How wide was it for one person? Inside the wall is a partition, and a small box comes out of the partition because the wall is golden and the small box is also golden, which is extremely difficult to find. There is nothing but a small box. Long Qingxia gives the small box to Yunwu and winks at her. Cloud Dance slightly frowned. How do you find there is a problem? If it had not been for Long Qingxia to remind her, she might not have been attracted there at all. Intuition. The dragon poured a smile, and there was more evil in the smile. Intuition of the same kind. A terrible and dangerous intuition. Looking at the box in hand, Yunwu thought for a while, and decided to open it to see if there was any value she could take away. Under the gaze of the three people, Yunwu opened the box. There was nothing in the box except a letter. Can this be so-called evidence? The three looked at each other and nodded like gods. Yunwu opens the envelope, which says that it was he who had the Shuhuan Dan in the hands of more than 10 soldiers snatched back. In order to have a long night's dream, they put away the envelope and left. They searched for the robber as fast as they could, but they were told that they had died a few hundred years ago. It seems that he was killed. Check this. Cloud Dance slightly frowned sneer. Good ruthless means a live all didn't leave. The fire-red dragon leaned lazily against the back of the chair, and there seemed to be a fire burning in his eyes. His biological mother is gone. What else is cruel? Hard-hearted people are especially suspicious. It's the same reason that I'm always afraid of meeting the devil when I'm walking too much at night. She said softly, without a trace of anger, but colder than ever. They looked at each other and understood each other's thoughts. In the Pear Garden Palace, they found something? Qi Yong smiles. Yulan, who is sitting under him, shows a look of fear. He is not afraid of the prince's cold, but he is afraid of the prince's smile. This is a consensus. The next moment, Yulan's neck was severely pinched, the master of the hand. Qi Yong is still laughing, slowly asked, Are not all dead? What did they find out? The subordinate lowered his head, sweat beads straight down, but did not dare to wipe. Subordinate, I don't know. Qi Yong suddenly force. Yulan constantly struggle. Face purple frightening. He looked at her appearance. Only feel funny. She's on the verge of death. Like a clown. This pleased Qi Yong. He released his hand. Low calm way roll. The jade haze is tiny red mouse sun, continuously rolling and crawling of runaway. Standing on one side of the subordinates, sweat more severe, plop and kneel on the ground. He didn't even look at it. It's natural that we can't find it. After all, it's a bunch of rubbish. You can get out. His voice grew angry. This sound of roll is like an amnesty. My subordinates quickly stepped down, as if there were wild animals chasing behind. Chi-Yong was the only one left in the dark palace. His slightly angry face became dignified. He stretched out his 5 fingers, and his hands were covered with sweat. "Father, I can't stay. I hope my mother's death will go down with my father's death. He is the successor of the Dragon King appointed by his father. Once the Dragon King suddenly dies, then he will succeed to the throne. Dragon King is powerful. If you fight hard, few people are rivals." So Chi-Yong made a move on the intimate people. The Dragon King has a concubine, Yulan, who is very similar to his mother. He secretly gave it to the Dragon King. Now it's just for use. In the palace, Yulan wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to get close, but she was disturbed before she started. The bodyguard outside the hall suddenly reported it. The leader of the top of the desert and the red fire dragon asked to see each other. The Dragon King on the bed sighed, but he had to get up again. Yulan's command is to start before the red fire dragon comes and frame up the fire dragon. Now the situation has changed. Naturally, she is a little worried. She grabs the Dragon King's arm and says, "Wang, I want to see the powerful woman." The Dragon King frowned slightly, hesitated a little, and agreed. They went to see Yunwu and Red Fire Dragon together. The main hall. Cloud dance and Red Fire Dragon sit. Dragon King and Yulan do in the first. The Dragon King was angry when he saw the Red Fire Dragon, but he didn't put it on his face because he was worried about the clouds. He asked rudely, "I found that all the clues were broken. Since you said there were clues, what clues did you find?" Cloud danced proud smile. "Nature is a big clue, but only to the Dragon King." Finished saying, she carelessly glanced at a jade haze. Yulan Xiao smile, extremely polite. "I leave the body is..." She got up gracefully and left, but it was as if she had been mixed by her skirt. She couldn't balance her body, just like the Dragon King fell down, and the Dragon King subconsciously helped her. Between two people, intimate contact. Instant, Yulan figure of fantasy, open fangs bite to the Dragon King. She was originally a purple man snake, and her toxicity was the most fierce. If she bit the Dragon King, she would not die, but her strength would be greatly reduced. And a king who loses his strength will end up dead. Yunwu has long noticed that Yulan is a little strange and has been staring at her. Now it doesn't seem to be her illusion. Suddenly, the smell of vegetation rose, turned into a whip, attacked the elements of the wind, and almost in an instant, the Dragon King was saved from the snake. Then the thunder element gushes out of the body, hands rotate each other, and a thunder cage is formed. With a wave of plants and vines, Yulan is thrown into the cage. Yulan see a failure, trapped in the thunder cage. In no chance, Red Dragon will shout, "Lord Yulan incompetent." Red Fire Dragon gaped. "What's the matter with Guanben?" Yunwu looks at Yulan and sneers. "Don't frame up here. If he knows the intelligence of assassinating others, he won't be framed so miserably." Red Fire Dragon laid down gun again. White Cloud dance one eye. "Have you so hurtful?" The Dragon King stares at Yulan angrily. "I treat you well. You even want to kill me. It's her master who wants to kill you, because we thought we had evidence," she said coolly. The Dragon King looks ugly, but he believes a little. On the other hand, Chi-Yong thinks Yulan is successful and comes to the main hall to greet the Dragon King. However, he finds that everyone is there. Yulan is trapped in the thunder cage. He immediately put away the heart of contempt into the palace. "Don't look at Yulan one eye. Respectful salute, Father Emperor." When looking at the Red Fire Dragon, his eyes were obviously angry. "You can still stay in the Dragon Palace as if nothing had happened. Don't you feel ashamed when you hurt my mother?" He pointed at the Red Fire Dragon. "As soon as the prince comes, he is in a hurry to put on his hat. I'm afraid it's not appropriate." Yunwu stood up and laughed sarcastically. "The prince knows that all the people who testified that the fire dragon did harm to people died unexpectedly." Chi-Yong narrowed his eyes. At that time, no one paid attention. Now it seems that Red Fire Dragon has a grudge against those who corrected him, so he killed them under revenge. Cloud Dance laughs. No coffin, no tears. Just when Yunwu wanted to say something, a hurried bodyguard came in outside the palace, with a trace of panic on his face. Your Majesty, the third prince is extremely poisonous and in danger. What? The Dragon King got up, his face darkened, turned and walked away. Please ask the best doctor for me. Go and have a look. Looking at the Dragon King leaving, Yunwu's eyes are dark. He glances at Qi Yong, who has an enigmatic face, and droops his eyes slightly. Is Qi Shu suddenly poisoned? Isn't that a coincidence? Qi Yong's move is a good one. It seems that tonight is another unpredictable night. Looking at the red dragon, they looked at each other and nodded slightly. The fourth prince and the third prince are very poisonous. Don't you go and have a look? Cloud Dance, Willow, Eyebrow Pick. Just want to. If you don't go, we'll go first. Excuse me. Qi Yong just want to speak, she interrupted. He took the words as nothing more than hypocritical disguise. He is in the mood to make up, she is not in the mood to listen. Looking at the Cloud Dance red fire dragon left back, Qi Yong mouth stiff, pull open a touch of gloomy smile. From the palace, Yunwu followed red fire dragon all the way to Qi Shu's residence. Qi Shu's residence was not as splendid as other palaces. On the contrary, it was full of peach blossoms scattered around the courtyard, and the fragrance was compelling. Only from this point can we see the temperament of the third prince. Cloud Dance comes to Qi Shu's palace. Red Fire Dragon goes in, but she doesn't go in. Instead, she goes in the opposite direction. At the end of Teo Weiyuan, two figures stand next to each other. What's the situation? Yunwu looks at the dragon and frowns slightly. I can't die, but I can't live well. Meng Bai shrugged his shoulders and felt sorry for the three princes who were killed suddenly. Not long ago, he was just a passerby, but now he was pushed to the top by Qi Yong. I won't tell you if I can save my life. Cloud Dance looks at the dragon to pour evil. The star Mao is right up his that pair of evil spirit of gold Mao. For a moment, not instantaneous. Seemed to want to see through what is hiding behind his that smile. After a long time, death is death. If you don't die, how can the Dragon King investigate the murderer with grief? The cloud dances toward the dragon, with a trace of disdain in its smile. Long Qingxia Chumua's smile, this woman, why always so clever? After Qi Yong's hand, he has protected Qi Shu's heart. Now Qi Shu seems to be in a coma, but there is basically no danger. As long as the Dragon King investigates the murderer, Qi Shu can do it. Three people return to Qi Shu residence, plan to go in to see period number of illness, but head-on bumped into the face of ice cold to Ian Dragon King. Come on, thoroughly investigate this matter. If it's related, we can't let go of any of them. The Dragon King lowered his voice and was on the verge of anger. Looking at the bodyguard who left, the thin lips of Dragon Qingxia gently opened, with an aura that cannot be ignored between the words. Dragon King, I don't know if this can help you find out the murderers? Dragon Qingxia handed a thing in his hand to the Dragon King. At the moment when Dragon Qingxia spread out his hand, the Dragon King's face turned from green to white. In Long Qingxia's hand, there is a jade pendant, which he brought to Qi Yong when he was born. It's the symbol of the next Dragon King. He never leaves. Now is it true that the Dragon King looked at the dragon, and his eyes were cold? What do you want to do? Why is the Dragon Palace not peaceful after you come here? Dragon King, we are here. There are many things that show that some people are guilty of committing crimes. If you still refuse to believe me, I think it's useless to continue to talk in depth. Let's solve it by violence. The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows condense slightly. An old Dragon King's work is so slow, and the truth is right in front of him. He wants to take out a posture that I don't believe in killing me. I want to dream before it's dark, and I don't want to find the time. The Dragon King watched the four people turn away. Their eyes narrowed slightly, and their eyes were sharp and thoughtful. Stop. He stopped the three. I promise you to investigate this matter thoroughly. Cloud Dance stopped, but did not look back, the corner of the mouth smile. Dragon King, my patience is limited. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was cold. Although he didn't show it, he was shocked. His patience was limited. It seemed that he could see clearly the woman in front of him in a flash. The man was cold and bloodthirsty. This is the evidence just to be handed over to you. Take a good look at it for yourself. Yunwu went to the Dragon King, handed the letter evidence to the Dragon King, and then said, Dragon King, long night, many dreams. She has a point. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to stir up a touch of cold and gorgeous smile. Turn round, and other three people disappear in the distance. The Dragon King took his eyes back from Yunwu's hand, opened the letter in his hand, and saw that his fingers holding the letter were white and trembling, and his face was cold and frightening. Arrest the fourth prince for me, he said almost word for word. Yes, half of the sky was tinged with the afterglow of the setting sun, and the air became a little cold and thin. The night is hazy. The starlight washes away. Some cool night sky breath slightly suffocates. Are you doing this or not? A rebuke, hoarse echo in the palace of repression. Yes, Qi Yong is insipid and does not defend or deny. You, Dragon King hands into a fist, slightly trembling, corners of the mouth are constantly twitching. What on earth for? Qi Yong just gave a deep smile and didn't answer. Cloud danced, tiny me mouse son, looking at Qi Yong mouth corner of smile, always feel that he seems to have so a little conscience. That Shuhuan pill didn't come to your mother's hand, because it was a step late, right? Cloud Dance looks at Qi Yong. Qi Yong hears her words. Look at Zheng, twinkling of an eye namely die. Do as you please. Say it. Close your eyes. Don't want to say a word more. I've lost a son for hundreds of years. I don't want to lose a son forever. The Dragon King's eyes are scarlet. Smell speech. Qi Yong micro-closed eyes slightly move. After a long time, he opened his eyes and looked at the red dragon with deep eyes. Why did you come back at that time? Then he looked at the Dragon King again and said, Why am I so excellent? You have to support a person who has no intention to be a Dragon King and has family affairs to be the next Dragon King? If it wasn't for all this coincidence, I didn't need to send someone to rob Zahundin. And my mother wouldn't have thought Zahundin came late and died. The past came to my heart, and my eyes full of blood were wet, and my voice was close to a low roar. If it wasn't for the sake of getting rid of Red Fire Dragon, if it wasn't for the delay in snatching Zahundin, his mother would not have died, would not, so you're going to make mistakes again and again for this position? The Dragon King's tone is calm, but he has countless sorrows and coolness. He has harmed your mother, forced the Red Fire Dragon away, and now he has harmed Qi Shu. If he didn't catch you tonight, would you kill me tonight? Yes, a positive answer. Let everyone take a breath. Evil. Come on, put him in prison for me. The Dragon King was so angry that he trembled. Looking at Qi Yong, who was taken away, his eyes were extremely painful, and he tried not to faint. I'm glad I'm free tonight. When he came to the gate of the palace, Qi Yong stopped and said that he could never see him again. Yunwu sighed a little. When he first met him, he felt that he had a city. His heart was heavy and gloomy. Now it seems that he has gone through a lot of vicissitudes. It's clear what happened in those years. My goal has been achieved. The rest is your own business. Red Fire Dragon glanced at Cloud Dance, turned, and left the palace. Cloud Dance looked at Meng Bai. Meng Bai nodded and followed Red Fire Dragon. Now his mood is very complicated, right? Dragon King, what are you going to do with the fourth prince? The king will handle this matter properly. There is no need to worry about it. The Dragon King still had some fear and distrust of her. It's clear. I will double compensate him for his humiliation in the future. I don't know if he can withdraw. Now the East City and the West City are her world. How can he not scruple? Cloud Dance a smile, saw a long Qing evil, meaning each other clear in the chest. It's easy to retreat. It's said that the ancient light belongs to the Dragon Palace alone. I don't know if the Dragon King can tell me where he is. It was for the light of ancient times. Not bad. She did not deny it. It's just a rumor. I haven't seen anything like that. The Dragon King's eyes sank, and his words were plain. Cloud Dance sneers. What a lying old fox. Sun's family got half of the remains of the ancient light. Everyone knows that it's the Dragon Palace's welfare for the champion. Does the Dragon King treat me as a fool? He doesn't want to say, we can't force it, or we'll clean up the Dragon Palace, so that we don't have to force others to do anything, do you think? Dragon King evil a deep smile, voice flat, but make Dragon King Mao light a change. Cloud dance slightly droops the eye. The eye light inside flits over a silk helpless. This guy every time talks must hit the key. Dragon King, what do you think? The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to hook up a touch of radiant, shallow way. I really don't know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Otherwise, go to the pagoda of the Dragon Palace ruins. No one has been there for thousands of years. Maybe we'll be there. Ruins Pagoda? The cloud dances and frowns slightly. It sounds like the place where the ancient light is stored. Let's have a look at it. The old Dragon King is very thoughtful. Doesn't he know where the other half of the ancient light is? Then I'll have a look at it. It's the place where the dragon's patron saint lives. No one can enter except the dragon nobles. Besides, you are still human. I'll make an exception to let you in, but you should promise me to withdraw immediately after you come out, no matter what the result is. Lao Longwang climbed up the pole and began to offer conditions. The cloud danced with a smile and said, now you are not qualified to talk about the conditions with me. When you find the light of ancient times, everything is easy to discuss. If you can't find it, nothing can be discussed. Hearing this, the Dragon King's face changed again. This sentence did not save him any face. Yunwu naturally knows that this sentence is a bit too much, but the person who pushes his nose on the face must hit the face. The Dragon King pondered for a while and finally let go. He took out a ring from a dark box and said, go and have a look. This is the soul ring. After entering the pagoda, it can help you resist the attack of the wind, thunder, earth, and fire array in the pagoda. Cloud Dance took the ring. The ring was black, with a touch of evil light. Vaguely felt like something was imprisoned in the ring. Thank you very much. Looking back at the dragon. Let's go. You're the only one going in. That's my limit. Without waiting for the dragon to speak, the Dragon King blurted out first. Cloud Dance saw a Long Qing Xie. Long Qing Xie nodded. If her husband is not at your side, be careful. Cloud Dance lips a hook, then glanced at the Dragon King. Lead the way. Having said that, several people left the palace and walked towards the ruins. On the way, they met Ming Bai and Red Fire Dragon, and they left together. As they walked towards the southeast, they felt more and more invisible pressure. With their constant walking, the pressure became greater and greater, and they almost had to use strength to resist. Before long, not far away will appear a shadow of the pagoda, towering. That's the ruins pagoda. The Dragon King pointed to the dim shadow in the distance. Cloud Dance, tiny jawhead, looking back to see Dragon Qing evil one eye. That I went, Long Qing Xie nodded. My husband's heart will follow you. Cloud Dance frowns. Do you want to go with your heart? It's better to lead people than to take heart. The dragon smiles. Can you two stop being so arrogant? Ming Bai looked at them and got goosebumps. I have immunity now. Red Fire Dragon directly ignored them. Cloud Dance. The Black Pagoda is majestic and solemn. It is clearly dead, but it is oppressive because it has accumulated thousands of years of support. When ordinary people come here, they just have to prostrate and kowtow. But Cloud Dance is leisurely, not affected by the pressure. Her eyebrows slightly pick, the corner of her mouth raised a touch of radiant, vaguely excited. Thinking of the other half of the ancient light in her hand, she smiles. This place seems to be more worthy of the ancient light than Sun Qianling's secret room. If it's still in the Dragon Clan, it's the most possible here. She stood not far from the entrance and concentrated her energy in the exploration tower. Mental power patrols the pagoda. If there is one here, it is bound to find it. However, the spiritual power swam from the bottom of the pagoda to the top of the pagoda. The pagoda had nothing but grandeur and solemnity, as if it had been ransacked. Cloud Dance frown. Was it the first to get there? Yunwu quickly denied the idea. The Dragon Pagoda is equivalent to the ancestral hall of the dragon people. The 8 generations of capable dragon kings, sages, and heroes of their ancestors are all worshipped here after their death. If even this can be ransacked, it will be the day of the extermination of this clan. Today, although the dragon people are in a terrible situation, it is not the time when the number of people is approaching. Soon, Yunwu thought of a possibility. Will the ancient light be sealed somewhere in the tower? If it's sealed, it can't be found by induction. Long Qingxie and others stopped at the periphery of the dragon tower and watched the cloud dance all the time. Looking at the stopped cloud dance, there was a trace of doubt in everyone's eyes. How did she stop? Mengbai was puzzled. The red fire dragon said sarcastically, "Where did you come from, and you don't even know? Don't say, 'I know you' when you go out." After a pause, he joked, "Yes, you're a mouse, but it's not from the soil." Mengbai, who was despised, had a fierce face. "I'm just curious. If I don't shut up, I'll kill you." Looking at them, Long Qingxie shakes his head slightly, looks at the cloud dance with a faint worry, and then looks at Mengbai and says, "Do you want to ask?" Mengbai is actually curious about the Dragon Pagoda, but Yunwu answers to the Dragon King and wants to go in alone. At present, there is another dragon prince standing beside him. Naturally, he won't disobey the law and go in directly. But Long Qingxie opens his mouth first and gives him a good excuse. He is overjoyed. "Go on, go on." Mengbai took a look at the dragon and walked over. Can walk 2 steps. Careful disposition let him stop a footstep, turn a face to doubt away. "How about you also follow?" Long Qingxie glanced at him, didn't speak, and put his eyes on Yunwu again. Red Fire Dragon some impatient way. "You go quickly, can have what problem? You follow her to go together, anyway nobody sees." On hearing what Red Fire Dragon said, Mengbai couldn't move his feet anymore. His mind moved, and he hesitated. Red Fire Dragon a stare. "Do you go after all? Is there something wrong? You two won't pit me together?" Mengbai frowned and felt something was wrong. Hearing the words, the Red Fire Dragon suddenly stepped forward, patted Mengbai on the shoulder, and said with a smile, "In fact, it's nothing. It's just 1 by 1 thunder and 1 by 1 fire. With Ben in custody, you can have a whole body." Mengbai is a shiver that he pats ground. Anger rubs, however, of stare him one eye, then look to cloud dance. The line of sight is some worry. "Is there anything wrong with her?" "You're worried. My husband is still here." The Red Fire Dragon sneered, and his eyes were full of disdain. After no ancient light was found in the tour, Yunwu took out the soul guard ring and put it on her finger. It was given by the Dragon King when he promised her that it would protect her from being blown to ashes by the thunder and fire of the tower when she entered. After putting the ring on the index finger, Yunwu rushes to the entrance of the pagoda in a flash. However, she soon bumps into a thick border. When she enters, the border starts to thunder faintly. At the same time, there are smoke and heat waves at her feet. She frowns and resists. The ring seems to sense these changes. Suddenly, the blue light is booming and all the images disappear. Yunwu takes the opportunity to enter. Mengbai, Long Qingxie, and Red Fire Dragon saw this scene clearly. Mengbaimu gaped. "What is this? Heaven, Thunder, Earth, Fire array? It's a border." Red Dragon shrugged. "Oh my God, she's too good." Mengbai did not hide his worship in his words. If he didn't take an attitude, he was afraid that the stars would come out. This kind of strength is to sit on the ground and fly up. The old man gave her the soul guard ring. Of course, you don't have to be afraid of the fire and thunder. Red Fire Dragon rolled his eyes. Long Qingxie said quietly, "Well, the soul ring, however powerful the wearer is, will play a greater role. The earth, fire, and sky thunder are all natural disasters. There is no magic to fight against it. The soul ring is a converter." Mengbai said, "Do you mean that the ring changed her ability to fight against the array?" Long Qingxie's deep smile. "It can be said that it is. Is that right?" Red Dragon is also a face of curiosity, and even some anxious. If the soul ring is really just a converter transforming the strength of cloud dance, then her strength is enough to resist the thunder, earth, and fire array. Is it too terrible? Don't you know what's in your own house? Meng Bai is at a loss. He doesn't know if he is really confused. You need to ask me if you want to know? Do you think everyone knows this ring? Say you are short-sighted and don't admit it. Weigh it over yourself. Red Fire Dragon roared a few words, and his temper was fierce. Meng Bai's face changed and became as ugly as eggplant. On one side, the Dragon King and the important officials of the Dragon Clan watched the cloud dance and easily crossed the array. Their hearts were shocked. This woman's strength was so strange. The Dragon King is surprised to see deeply. As far as he knows, no one has been able to enter the pagoda so easily for thousands of years. Meng Bai blackface, Red Fire Dragon speechless. The whole scene instantly fell into a strange silence. Everyone seems to hear Meng Bai's face fell to the ground and broken voice. Even Red Dragon, looking at his expression, felt as if he was cruel. Fortunately, Meng Bai is actually a double-faced man. If you lose this one, there will be another one. It wasn't long before he continued to laugh at Red Dragon. Then why can she get it and still use it? It's not that I'm not welcome. This time, the Red Fire Dragon ignored him, moved his hands and feet, gave the dragon a look. I want to beat him. Long Qingxian nodded lazily, his eyes resting on the pagoda, motionless. Now if there is any accident in the pagoda, he can rush up the next second. On the other side of the coral forest, two figures have been fighting. I ate you. Daydreaming? In the tower at this time, Yunwu found that there was no difference between what she saw and what she saw. She could see the top of the tower as soon as she looked up. After a circle on the first floor, she didn't find any abnormality. So she went to the second floor, then the third, and the fourth. If you go to the dome like this, you will get nothing. At this time, Yunwu suddenly felt that little Jinbao's sleeping place in the portable space seemed not peaceful. This little guy has been sleeping in the space since he got along with her. It's no different from an egg. I didn't expect that something happened now. Is it because of the tower? After pondering for a while, Yunwu raises her eyes and releases Xia Jinbao directly. The little guy flew out of her wide sleeve and spread his body in midair. He made a zigzag appearance that a normal dragon would do and roared in the air. He thought he was very handsome and powerful. However, because of its size, Yunwu doesn't feel that it is powerful at all. On the contrary, it has a bloody face. Seeing that Yunwu was not handsome by her, she felt a little uncomfortable and swam to her cheek to express her dissatisfaction. Yunwu was so angry by it that she raised her hand to touch its tender little horn, with a trace of warmth in her indifference. Go. She can feel it likes it here. Little Jinbao didn't know whether he understood or not. He tilted his head and thought about it. Then, as soon as his eyes lit up, he began to swim excitedly in the middle of the tower. Yunwu's eyes follow its figure. Little Jinbao touches the things in the tower from time to time with its tail, beard, young horn, and other parts. As long as it touches, the dazzling golden on will light up in those places. When it leaves, the golden on will ripple away in circles and flow in the wall. Before long, from the first floor to the 9th floor, the whole tower was covered with dark golden streamer. Looking at it in front of my eyes, Cloud Dance's eyes appear a little surprised. What's the matter? And little Jinbao was still very excited, sometimes murmuring, sometimes hovering, under the golden light. Yunwu suddenly felt that this place belonged to it. Although Yunwu couldn't understand what it was saying, it seemed to be talking to something in the tower. These things are attached to the walls, floors, and stone pillars of the tower. Little Jinbao is happy. Yunwu is a little disappointed. There is nothing in the tower. Where is the ancient light? However, looking at this tower, which is alive with gold every inch because of the appearance of Jinbao, Yunwu's mood is somewhat subtle. She can be sure that little Jinbao has a close relationship with the dragon tribe and the tower. After a little meditation, she flew to the bottom and found the right position in the center. Looking around the tower, she searched again, intending to search again. If not, then the Dragon King's words are suspicious. Yunwu is in the tower, only to see the dark golden light flow in the tower. Little Jinbao jump up and down. The atmosphere is calm, harmonious, and beautiful. However, This is not the case at all. There are golden lines on the outside of the whole tower. It starts from the bottom and climbs all over the tower. It seems to be an ancient mantra. When the grain reaches the top and climbs to the Dinghai bead on the top of the tower, the bead suddenly glows and soars to the sky. Yunwu takes back her mental power, and her eyes are deeply shocked. She has such powerful power here. It seems that she wakes up because of the appearance of little Jinbao. The power contained in the golden light is very powerful. Not far from the coral forest under the tower, the two people who were fighting were attacked by the powerful pressure. They had no time to resist, so they were directly knocked to the ground. In an instant, a touch of burnt smell scattered in the strange atmosphere. After a long time, this dragon pagoda has the effect of increasing cultivation and rising from the ground. Explosion head. A face of black Meng, by waiting for two white eyes strange way. Shut up if you don't know. The ragged red fire dragon was full of anger. Go back and have a look first. The prestige here is so big. I don't know what happened to the dragon's evil spirit. Long Qingxie is much closer to the pagoda than they are. Meng Bai thought about the scene that Dragon Qingxie was pressed on the ground. He was very excited. Let's go and have a look. If he looks like him now, it's the funniest joke in the world in a quarter of an hour. When Long Qingxie watched a suspected Meng Bai's explosive head and a suspected red fire dragon's beggar climb back, he was really shocked. Dragon Qing, evil sword, eyebrow, tiny pick. What did you do? Why are you okay? All of them were surprised. Long Qingxie thought a little, and his eyes fell on Meng Bai. This is the power of the pagoda after awakening. Don't you know how to protect it? Why are they under attack? Meng Bai's face turned black. He didn't have time to react because he came too fast. Of course, he couldn't say that. Then Dragon Qing, evil line of sight between the two people. Finally looking at Red Fire Dragon. Pick eyebrow way. What did you do to Meng Bai? Don't know why. Red Fire Dragon feel Dragon Qing, evil eyes let him very displeased roar. Just hit a fight. What didn't do? Dragon Qing, evil mouth, slightly a pick. Eyes turn gush banter to come. Otherwise, you still want to do what? Dragon Qing, evil. I'm going to roast you. The Red Fire Dragon roared, and sparks came out of his mouth. However, before the fire came out, it turned into a red spot in the golden light. Red Fire Dragon's face is a capital muddle. How is this to return a responsibility? Meng Baidaju, regardless of whether he was in the same predicament or not, spared no effort to sneer. It seems that the sky is auspicious today, so it's not suitable to spray fire. Ha ha ha. The Red Fire Dragon circled in the air, angry and arrogant. However, when he saw Meng Hei's face and hairstyle, he was immediately relieved. Finally, he just snorted with disdain. Suddenly, the color of the sky changed. The three people were staring at the thick clouds in the sky, and gradually they couldn't move their eyes. In the auspicious clouds, the colorful light came out. Under the light, the golden light on the top of the tower turned into a golden dragon. Dragon's evil look is unpredictable, while Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai are surprised. Red Fire Dragon is impatient. Can't help but ask away. This is exactly how. For the first time, Meng Bai did not take advantage of the opportunity to ridicule, because he also wanted to know the answer to this question. He felt that if anyone here knew what the current situation was, he must be a dragon. This question, how much is the answer in Long Qingxie's heart? But he pondered for a while, but said, I don't know. After a pause, the corner of his lips suddenly evoked an enigmatic smile. However, I guess, people who know will come soon. At this time, the Dragon King and others who have been watching this scene from other places come quickly. They are very surprised at the auspicious clouds in the sky, and their eyes are more than surprised. Unexpectedly, it's a dragon. The Dragon King looked in the air. His tone was stuttering. Yes, it's the patron saint of the dragon people. It's been 1,000 years, and it's finally here. Dragon King body is young, plop and kneel on the ground. This kneeling is not forced by strength. From the dragon tower to here, the strength is not so strong, so the kneeling of the Dragon King is completely from his heart. More than sincerity. He wanted to cry for joy. This is the patron saint that has never appeared in thousands of years. He will never admit his mistake. The rest of the dragon generals, who could resist this force, knelt down with admiration when they saw that the Dragon King and several elders were very solemn. They immediately followed the Dragon King and began to kowtow to the Golden Dragon. After kowtowing, the Dragon King got up and looked at the minister behind him. He was excited and calm, and said, "Now the patron saint of the Dragon Clan has finally appeared. All the elders in the Dragon Palace who hit the minister follow me to the Dragon Tower to meet the patron saint. The rest of the people wait to see him in situ." A few people with white hair and beards stood up in the crowd. They were all red and excited like the Dragon King. Congratulations to the Dragon King. The appearance of the Dragon God is the beginning of the Golden Age. Since then, the dragon people will be protected by the patron saint. Such praise, one after another. The old Dragon King was very helpful, but he also knew the right way. He stopped them in time and then led them to the direction of the Dragon Tower. When it comes to the periphery of the Dragon Tower, the pressure of spirit becomes stronger. Fortunately, all the people who come here are very good at cultivation and have no influence. At this time, Red Fire Dragon and Ming Bai have packed themselves up. When they see the Dragon King and others, their eyes look slightly changed. The reason why they were beaten by the force at the beginning was that the force came too fast, and they spent too much physical strength fighting each other. Now the power is dissipated a little, and they can compete with the pressure. Red Fire Dragon has been curious to look at the tower. In the distance to see the Dragon King came, asked, "What's the matter with this tower? Why is it that as soon as the master goes in, he makes a big splash?" Although he cleared up the frame, he still couldn't speak to the Dragon King as his father. The Dragon King went to the Red Fire Dragon. His face was slightly angry and said, "The dragon shows its spirit. You dare to run around. Have you learned all the etiquette in vain? Don't kneel outside the tower." Yet Red Fire Dragon has just been beaten, arrogant, frustrated, listen to kneel, immediately eyebrow a horizontal, but he well grasped the Dragon King words in the key. What is the dragon? Smell speech. Dragon King facial expression thoroughly green come down. When you studied before, didn't you learn this in the first class? For thousands of years, there are not many people in the Dragon Clan who know about the legend of guarding the dragon, but members of the royal family have this in their compulsory schoolwork. Take studies, I'm not rare. The Red Fire Dragon gave a cold hum. You! The Dragon King pointed to the Red Fire Dragon, wanted to fight, but didn't fight hard. Finally, he was annoyed by the Red Fire Dragon's disdain. With a wave of his hand, he wanted to fight. Don't be angry on this day of great joy. Behind the elders, the officers and men quickly stopped while gently persuading the Dragon King. At the same time, they winked at the Red Fire Dragon. The Dragon King also felt that on this happy day, he put down his palm and saw that his knees were stained with a large piece of fine sand. He also believed that he had not profaned the spirit, and his anger was gone. So he followed the crowd to the tower. Red Fire Dragon cold voice a smile. Hundreds of years did not discipline me. Now I just don't eat your set. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was stiff, but he didn't speak anymore. He turned and disappeared in the tower. When the dragon people entered the pagoda, Long Qingxie and Ming Bai follow behind the team. Someone finds them, but they don't say much, let alone stop them. Ming Bai patted the Red Fire Dragon on the shoulder and said with a smile, "Unexpectedly, the one who should be beaten was not beaten. It seems that the dragon is really the patron saint of your dragon family." Red Fire Dragon's face turned black and roared, "Shut the hell up for me." Long Qingxie glanced at him casually and suddenly said in a very cold and solemn way, "Be careful with your words and actions." Perhaps it was forced by the dragon's evil spirit or infected by the atmosphere. Red Fire Dragon glared at Ming Bai and shut up. Ming Bai also touched his nose, no longer smelling him. After Jin Guangyao's eyes, the border disappeared and the group went in very smoothly. However, as soon as they entered the door, almost everyone was shocked by what they saw. In the center of the first floor of the pagoda, the clouds of purple clothes and ink hair are dancing and sitting cross-legged. The robe is windless and automatic, and the whole body is emitting a very soft golden light. Yes, Jin Guang, the kind that lingers on the top of the dragon palace. And in her arms, she is looking forward to a golden dragon. Her eyes are round and soft. She wants to hide in the clouds and look at the people in front of her curiously with soft eyes. At this moment, the Dragon King's attention is not on the young dragon. There's no way, even if it's the guardian god, it's easy to ignore the young posture. The cloud dance with holy light made him feel a little shocked. What kind of woman is she? In fact, at this moment, it's not only the Dragon King who has such questions in his mind, but also the group of elders and soldiers who follow him. A woman, who was able to unify the top of the desert, has now brought their dragon guardian god, the golden dragon. In everyone's heart, a feeling of reverence rose. After this silence lasted for a while, the Dragon King held his sleeve flat in front of his eyes and leaned slightly toward the direction of Cloud Dance. The 135th Dragon King of the Dragon Clan, with all the people in the Dragon Palace, welcomes the Guardian Dragon. The people behind him also bowed down. Welcome the return of the Guardian Dragon. Bruce Lee stares and looks curious, and Yunwu finally comes back. She will play tired nest in her arms of small treasure, gently push, said, "Go, someone kneel down for you. You do not hurry to shout free?" Before they came in, the dragon scroll had already given her a message from her mind when the golden light was flashing. That's the identity of little Jinbao. Although I don't understand why I didn't respond to the first encounter with little Jinbao Tornado, now it is really the patron saint of the Dragon Clan. Jinbao seemed to understand and soared into the air. Then they circled around the heads of the people who were crawling on the ground, and finally they bumped back into Yunwu's arms. This little fellow, Cloud danced some helpless, slightly frown. Looking at the intimacy between Jinlong and Yunwu, the Dragon King was stunned. After leading the crowd up, the Dragon King pondered and asked, this little golden dragon. It's called Jinbao. Without waiting for the Dragon King to finish, Yunwu interrupted him, and then Lu Mei slightly picked out. However, old Dragon King, I also have a question. I want to ask you first about Jinbao. Let's talk about it later. Jinbao, what a name! The Dragon King looked at Jinbao, who was already on the top of Yunwu's head and was very close to her. He looked puzzled and surprised, but he said, if you have any questions, please let me know. The ancient light is not here. I don't know where the Dragon King thinks it is possible to hide the ancient light. What she said is hiding. It's self-evident. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. After a long time, he sighed, I really know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Cloud danced lips cape same. Peep out to put on a sneer, where? I knew that the old man had a ghost in his heart, and he had asked her to come to the site. When the Dragon King heard the words, he was silent for a long time. Finally, he waved away the other members of the Dragon Clan. After confirming that there was no outsider, he took off the dragon crown and took a deep look. What you want is in the dragon crown. Cloud danced looking at dragon crown. Phoenix Mao, tiny am I. Now why tell me? To tell you the truth, the patron saint of the Dragon Clan hasn't appeared for thousands of years. It's all because of the girl. For this reason, why not give you the ancient light? In fact, how could ancient light be handed over so easily? It was handed down by the ancestors of the dragon people. However, the guardian dragon of the Dragon Clan, old Dragon King, I didn't expect you to make such a big circle, and now you are willing to tell the truth. Cloud danced heart sneer, a pair of beautiful eyes looking at the Dragon King. How could he guess what the old man was thinking? I'm afraid he would say that the light of ancient times was all because of the little treasure in her arms. However, little Jinbao has been sleeping since she lost too much blood last time. Now when she comes to the dragon tribe, she wakes up in the dragon tower. Moreover, she can obviously feel that little Jinbao is very comfortable with the dragon's bad situation. The Dragon King hears the speech, but does not smile the language. That deep certain flash is shrewd. Yunwu didn't go around with him and said, now that the guardian beast of the Dragon Clan has appeared, can you give me the ancient light? Although Yunwu said it politely, The Dragon King was not allowed to advance or retreat. Well, the Dragon King nodded quickly, took off the crown, and handed it to Yunwu. Then his hands quickly made several yellow fingerprints. The floating crown suddenly lights up, and a bright and dazzling golden light appears in front of people's eyes. The golden light twinkles, the thorny clouds dance, the eyes ache, and the willow eyebrows are tightly wrinkled together. Yunwu endures the dazzling light and holds the golden light in the palm of her hand with a wave of her hand. Take it. After drinking angrily, the golden light gradually disappeared, and the hand of Cloud Dance turned, and the ancient light had been brought into the space by Cloud Dance. When the light of ancient times came, the stone in Yunwu's heart was finally put down. Grandfather is trapped in the Beast Clan. Only by collecting 5 natural elements can he save his family and really destroy the Beast Clan for revenge. Thank you very much. Cloud Dance hands clasping fist. The Dragon King's brow is locked, and the deep Longan looks at Yunwu. It seems that he has something to say to Yunwu. Old Dragon King, if you have something to say, don't falter. Our Cloud Dance is very good. With a smile, the dragon reaches into Yunwu's waist and holds her in his arms. Where is your hand? Cloud Dance clenched his teeth in a low voice and gave Long Qingxia a straight look. The powder fist thumped him heavily on his chest and made him gasp. This man is becoming less and less serious. I'm your man. Do it gently. Long Qingxia murmured discontentedly, but he still covered his chest and stepped aside. Dragon King, tell me what you want. Cloud Dance ignores the dragon to pour evil. Lift Mao of looking at the Dragon King to ask away. The Dragon King raised his head and gazed with complex eyes from Yunwu's arms. Jinbao, who was playing in the air, had a rare, gentle, and kind look, just like looking at his own children. Seeing the look of the Dragon King, the Cloud Dance stood upright. There was a slight arc in the corner of his mouth. The light of ancient times has arrived, but I'm not in a hurry. It depends on what else he wants to play. Yunwu's figure is slim and well-proportioned, and with an extremely charming and indifferent cheek. Her posture is straight and charming. Straight and green silk pours down, and the dragon pours evil saliva. After a long time, the Dragon King reluctantly turned around and pointed to the sky. It's called Jinbao, isn't it? Well, Cloud Dance nods indifferently. Miss Yun, this Jinbao is the guardian beast of our dragon clan that has been waiting for thousands of years. I don't know if it can. Well, Lung Yin frowned slightly. Yunwu watched the Dragon King, waiting for him. The Dragon King took a long breath, and his eyes were slightly praying. The Dragon King was so forced by the Cloud Dance. But the Dragon King was still cruel and said, Miss Yun, I don't know if I can agree to let little Jinbao stay in the dragon families. When he said this, the Dragon King looked at Yunwu quietly for fear that she would refuse. Smell speech. A few people's faces on the scene are all slightly a change. Yunwu just wanted to open his mouth, but Long Qingxia pulled Yunwu's weak arm, raised the evil spirit in the corner of his mouth, looked at the Dragon King, and said with a smile, Old Dragon King, you used to tease us first, but now you have to take Jinbao away from my daughter-in-law. That's your fault. It's shameless. Red Fire Dragon also gave a sneer. The old Dragon King is his father's self-consciousness. Red Fire Dragon obviously not enough. The old Dragon King's face was flushed by his words. This bastard, but the reason for the dragon's heresy is that the Dragon King can't refute it. Dragon King, I really appreciate that you give me the ancient light, but you tease us first, and I'm afraid it's unreasonable that Jinbao follows me. The beautiful face of Cloud Dancing is getting colder and colder. The Dragon King gives her the light of ancient times. This is a deal. Yunwu is a person with a clear sense of gratitude and resentment. She hates being teased by others most. Even the Dragon King is no exception. Seeing the bleak faces in front of him, the Dragon King frowned and clenched his teeth. Well, only if you can promise Jinbao to stay, I'll take you to my dragon kingdom. The secret place of the dragon people? Where is that? Cloud Dance looks around all the people, and Long Qingxie and Meng Bai are also at a loss. Looking at the face of the Dragon King, the secret place of the Dragon Clan should not disappoint her. The secret place of the Dragon Peoples? Only the Red Fire Dragon was startled and looked at the Dragon King with incredible eyes. His face was a little self-mocking and said, "Well, I'm a member of the Dragon family, and I'm also your son, but I've never entered the secret place of the Dragon family. It's a great joke." But the Dragon King glanced at him. He was a little depressed when Red Fire Dragon said this. He's his father. He's always tearing down his platform. What's more, even his son can't enter the secret place of the Dragon Clan. Not to mention that he made a scene hundreds of years ago, Red Fire Dragon. What is this dragon's secret place? Cloud Dance looks at Red Fire Dragon. The secret place of the Dragon nationality is the treasure of the Dragon nationality. It is one of the most important places of the Dragon nationality. It contains treasures left by the Dragon Kings and the peak predecessors of the Dragon nationality. Red Fire Dragon said and added, "But I have never been." Red Fire Dragon finished. The pair of hide some resentment like straight look at the old Dragon King, which contains a trace of anger and dissatisfaction. Cough! The Dragon King did not dare to face the Red Fire Dragon's eyes. He turned his head and looked at Yunwu. "I promise that as long as Jinbao stays, you can take 3 treasures at will in the dragon's secret place. Of course, only one Cloud Dancer." Seeing the fiery eyes of Meng Bai and others, the Dragon King quickly added, "Cut, be careful. The Dragon King is so stingy." Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai, 2 people in the heart, is not balanced, whispered a few words. Long Qingxie picked up his eyebrows and raised a radiant at the corner of his mouth, which seemed to be the evil spirit that he despised. The old Dragon King's face flashed red and depressed again. "Don't make any noise." Cloud Dance has been silent, looking up. Jinlong's figure is elegant and free, with a look of enjoyment, which is in sharp contrast to the coldness of Cloud Dance. Jinbao likes the Dragon Pagoda. She can feel it all the time. It's really better here than sleeping in her space. Cloud Dance slightly thought for a while. Light nod. "I promise you from now on, we all don't know who clear." As soon as the Dragon King's eyebrows were picked, a surprise flashed across his eyes, and then he nodded desperately. "The excitement in my heart is obvious. Let's go." "Where to?" The Dragon King looked blankly at the Cloud dancing back. The figure slightly Emile, Cloud Dance turns round. Didn't have good spirit of looked at the Dragon King one eye. Dragon clandestine. "Yes, come with me." The Dragon King followed. Out of the Dragon Tower, the Dragon King did not forget to order his servants to entertain Long Qingxie and others. As a result, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai despised him again. Is this for fear that they will be shameless? Yunwu follows the Dragon King to the back garden, where cherry blossoms are in full bloom and the lake is clear. But Yunwu is not in the mood to enjoy the scenery. Is this the secret place of the Dragon people? Here? Looking at Yunwu's puzzled and indifferent eyes, the Dragon King nodded and motioned to Yunwu not to worry. His hands changed quickly. It seems that he didn't want Cloud Dance to see clearly. Just when Yunwu wants to cast a silent look. Boom! A rockery in front of him suddenly roared and opened to both sides, revealing a fluorescent channel. Yunwu's eyes narrowed slightly. He didn't expect that the secret place of the Dragon Clan was hidden in the back garden. The old Dragon King was really cunning. Please, the Dragon King made a please sign. Cloud mouth slightly yawned. Under the leadership of the Dragon King into the underground secret road. The underground secret road is crystal clear, which seems to be carved from a whole piece of fluorspar. The ancient prestige spreads from the deep. Good place. Cloud Dance can't help but have some expectations. It's not difficult to judge the value of the secret place, just by the breath full of ancient prestige. Yu Guang finds that the Dragon King seems to be in a bad mood at the moment. He looks sad and leads the way without saying a word. The more you go in, the bigger the space becomes, and finally you come to an open space. On the open space, there are many fluorescent stone pillars. Yunwu found that there was one thing on each fluorescent column. Judging from the breath alone, it was a valuable treasure. Well, no matter what, you can only choose 3. The Dragon King warned that it was not so much a warning as a warning. I don't know if I heard what the Dragon King said. Yunwu nodded his chin intentionally or unintentionally and went forward to select the items. Don't be too lucky, my aunt. Cloud danced behind the Dragon King, drooping face. Looking at the back of Cloud, Dance silently pray. The old man is quite good. He hides behind himself. Cloud Dance Yu Guang suppress see Dragon King. In the heart not from secretly scold a. I intended to judge the goods by the Dragon King, but the old guy was hiding behind. Yunwu had to choose by luck. Hong Yin's small mouth suddenly slightly hook up. Yunwu came up with a way to lift the slender white arm and touch it every time. The Dragon King's eyes were beating with Cloud Dance's arm. But no matter how Yunwu touched, the Dragon King's face remained unchanged. He secretly looked back at the Dragon King, which made Yunwu feel a little depressed. The old man's determination is too good, so provocative look is still calm. Cloud Dance, just about to take back eyes, suddenly stopped in midair, beautiful eyes tightly staring at a ruby bottle not far away. This breath, Yunwu can feel it. Part of the previous prestige comes from the crystal red bottle. With gentle steps, Yunwu can't help walking towards the bottle. Don't go. Don't go, the Dragon King finally couldn't help but prayed with a bitter face. But the fact is often not as people would like. Yunwu raised his arm, carefully picked up the jade bottle. Dragon King, what's in this bottle? Cloud Dance asked you had to ask away. This, the Dragon King deliberately made his eyes gentle, but he intentionally or unintentionally glanced at the ruby bottle on Yunwu's thin hand, and his wrinkled old face suddenly sweated. The items here are all left over by our ancestors. I don't know what they are for, but it doesn't seem to be of great use. The Dragon King definitely nodded, but his tone was obviously weak. This old Dragon King still want to play Ian with her, right? Yunwu sneered in his heart, but said in a loud voice, although this bottle is plain, the more common it is, the more precious it is. Don't you think so? I can't say that. My Huanglongjing. The Dragon King did not finish. Cloud Dance's charming smile turned the hand into the space. It turns out that this bottle is filled with Huanglongjing. I'm sorry, you said it earlier. Yunwu, this Huanglongjing is refined from the essence and blood of our dragon ancestors. It is used to strengthen weapons and make them contain the power of the dragon. It's not good for the practitioners. You'd better take another one. Coincidentally, I happen to have a satisfactory weapon. Dragon King, my aunts and grandmothers. This is the legacy of our ancestors. You'd better take another one. The Dragon King was crying. It seemed that he was about to cry. Glancing at the Dragon King, the Cloud danced coquettishly with an evil smile on his cheek. Sorry, it's called self-accusation. Just it. The Dragon King, with his feet moving, Yunwu wanders leisurely, regardless of the cry of the Dragon King. After a while, Yunwu's sight was once again attracted by a fluorescent crystal, and his steps moved towards the crystal unconsciously. Women are born with no resistance to crystal beautiful things. Holding the crystal in the palm of the hand, a warm current instantly flows along the arm to the whole body, making the Cloud dance unspeakable comfortable. This is Yulongjing. Wearing it at any time can not only strengthen the muscles and bones, but also have a certain auxiliary effect on healing. Without waiting for Yunwu to ask, the Dragon King took the initiative to introduce. Yulongjing? It's a bit of a drag, just you. See Cloud dance to sill dragon crystal away. Dragon King, old cheek show bitter. Helpless shake his head. Let's go. Yunwu put away the silting dragon crystal and turned to walk out. That's the choice? I'll give you face with 2 things. I'll treat my treasure better in the future. Don't treat it badly. And remember the agreement between us. Cloud Dance head also don't return. Straight outward walk. In fact, she didn't take the 3rd one. She hoped that the Dragon King would know that she was not greedy enough to exchange these for little Jinbao. The Dragon King was overjoyed and promised again and again, not only to improve food and water for the top of the desert. Once the clouds dance, the useful place will help. Out of the dragon's secret place, the sky is dark. Night quietly shrouded the earth. The Dragon King specially held a dinner for Yunwu and others. The Dragon Hall is resplendent. The Dragon King sits in the chief, flanked by Cloud Dance and Dragon's evil spirits. This dinner could be described as extremely rich. Meng Bai and Red Dragon, regardless of the image, jumped on the big table and gobbled up. Cloud Dance looked at the table full of delicacies. Just casually eat a little. Dragon King, I have something to ask. Miss Yun has something to do, but it doesn't hurt to say so. The Dragon King's smiling face may be red after drinking some wine. The Dragon King knows the heart of the wind. The flower of rattan, the heart of the wind. As soon as the words came out, the Dragon King's face suddenly solidified, and everyone stopped their actions and looked at the Cloud Dance. The atmosphere was frightfully quiet for a moment. What? Is it hidden in a forbidden area or pagoda? I don't know. Cloud Dance eyebrows a pick, but gradually cold eyes down, staring at the crowd. Miss Yun misunderstood. Seeing this, the Dragon King explained, I don't know about the rattan flower, but I do know the heart of the wind. It's just that the place is not for the dragon people. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It can't be a forbidden area. Don't you treat my Cloud Dance as a fool? Long Qingxie put down the tableware in his hand, and the evil spirit's cold smile made the originally cold air a little colder. Cloud Dance, tacit understanding with Dragon Qing evil look at each other. Immediately, Signal Dragon King continued to say, I am an ancient race with the Phoenix people, and the dragon people hold the light of ancient times. The heart of wind is in the Phoenix people, but the dragon people and the Phoenix people are feud, so... Blinked, the Dragon King did not continue to say. The Phoenix family? Qian thin hands play chess green silk. Cloud Dance fell into meditation. What the Dragon King said is true. Both the dragon and the phoenix are ancient races. Water and fire are not compatible. If the heart of wind is really in the phoenix, there will be some trouble. Little thing, do you think this old man will play with us again? But he has played us once, if Wu. Long Qingxie approaches Yunwu, sniffs Yunwu's faint fragrance, but is blocked by a chicken leg of Yunwu. Long Qingxie didn't get angry. Instead, he picked up the drumsticks and chewed them slowly. In his mouth, he said, the drumsticks given by his daughter-in-law are fragrant. Cloud Dance, helpless eyes, White Dragon Qing, evil one eye, did not continue to pay attention to. Instead, he discussed with the Dragon King. Dragon King, I have no communication with the Phoenix family. If I go there rashly, it will cause hostility of the Phoenix family. Can I help you? In fact, the little stink is from the Phoenix family, but it's only half-blood. Of course, if we can ask the dragon people to help, the problem will be much easier. I'm sorry, I can't help you this time. The Dragon King apologized and said with a smile. The dragon people have their own ethnic difficulties, and Yunwu doesn't want to make others feel aggrieved. After the dinner, Yunwu returns to his room and sits around with Red Fire Dragon, Meng Bai, Long Qingxie, and Shangwan. Cloud Dance. The Phoenix clan is not as polite as the Dragon clan. Are you sure? Learning that Yunwu is going to the territory of the Phoenix nationality, Red Fire Dragon is the first to jump out. Although I've escaped from the Dragon clan for hundreds of years, I've heard a little about the Phoenix clan. The Phoenix clan is arrogant and arrogant. It's not good for you to go there so rashly. The heart of the wind is in the Fenghuang clan. It's inevitable to go to the Fenghuang clan. However, don't worry about it. It's a big deal. I'll kill them and have them barbecued at that time. Long Qingxie poured a cup of tea for Yunwu with an evil cold smile. Barbecue? When did this man talk so crazy? It's a bit of an accident. Cloud Dance can't help glancing at the dragon. The dragon threw a bewitching eye, a look, you know. Cloud Dance, white eyes. He picked up the cup, gently sipped a small mouth, said, Want to open the boundary of 10,000 beasts? The heart of the wind is the potential. Big deal to hard. Really can't we steal? It's not us. It's you. Pay attention to the words. Hearing this, Meng Bai jumped up and said in a loud voice. Obviously, for him, the last stealing was very profound. Meng Bai is right. Dragon Xingxie suddenly stood up at the moment, his face rarely serious, and said in a deep voice, "My heart has been stolen by my little things. It's not hard to steal another wind heart." Say, Dragon Qing evil close to Cloud Dance. Do Chi mouth want to do something? Yunwu's face turned red. Pop! Go away! It was a slap in the face to meet the dragon's evil spirit. Of course, she knew it without exertion. Mingming was slapped in the face, but the dragon was intoxicated with evil, and the extremely evil and charming Saw Bao attracted the disdainful eyes of Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai. It's all scattered. A group of big men are around my room. I'm not ashamed. Oh, easy. Xiao Wu, there is still one in it. Cloud Dance leads Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai and throws them out directly. Shangguan and Nangong come out consciously, but Shangguan shouts in a hurry. In the room, the Cloud Dance is charming. Looking back at the dragon, the corners of the mouth are smiling. Dragon Qing evil a sudden appearance. Don't you do it. I'll do it myself. A burst of energy fluctuation. Dragon Qing evil figure through the door path. Straight door fly out. Puff! The night was cool, and the breeze was blowing. Yunwu, who has always been indifferent and coquettish, smiles at the moment and looks at the dragon's evil disappearing in the dark. With a complicated look, she shakes her head and closes the door. The next morning, there was a glimmer of light in the sky. Beside the green bamboo forest, Cloud Dance led the people to say goodbye to the dragon family. Dragon King, Jinbao, please. If I find it wronged here, I can't get around you. Cloud Dance looks at the Dragon King coldly, but it doesn't mean to kill him. Yunwu gently touches the golden dragon in the palm of his hand and slowly hands it to the Dragon King. Lung Jun's face doesn't fluctuate at all. No one finds it, but there is a trace of tenderness in Lung Yan's eyes. The Dragon King nodded seriously with a firm expression. Don't worry. Jinbao will protect the beast for our dragon family. Even if I lose my life, Jinbao won't be hurt at all. Well, let's go. Free and easy turnaround, Cloud Dance signal Meng Bai and Long Qingxie and others to follow. In the end, is afraid of the little guy will not give up. Cloud Dance, don't you wait for Red Fire Dragon? Meng Bai asked. No, this is its home. At the beginning, he made a contract with Red Fire Dragon in order to protect the Cloud family. But now the Cloud family has been destroyed by the Beast Gate, and Red Fire Dragon has returned to its own clan. There is no need to force it to follow her and become her contract beast. But, all right. The throat wriggles gently, and Meng Bai swallows what he wants to say. But next second, hello. Stop for me, the roar of Red Fire Dragon resounds through the bamboo forest. Cloud Dance only feel the light flash to shadow, back to God. Red Fire Dragon standing in front of the crowd, eyes staring round. Yunwu, what do you mean? You want to abandon me? Abandon? Is this sentence suitable for this time? Cloud Dance's soul-stirring crescent eyes gaze at the Red Fire Dragon with a flat tone. This is your home. Now that the problem has been solved, there is no need to fart. I'm not rare. For so many years, I've been used to the vagrant life without home. Don't try to dump me. I'll depend on you. Hum. With a cold hum, the Red Fire Dragon strode straight past Yunwu. I can't understand the meaning more. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow slightly a pick, indifferent eyes gradually more a layer of hazy. Cloud Dance doesn't know that the Red Fire Dragon can completely break away from itself and enjoy glory and wealth in the Dragon Clan. But now, hello, Red Dragon. What do you want me to do? I'll follow you as soon as I say. Don't try to dump me. Hum the pace is natural and unrestrained. The Red Fire Dragon head also does not return. Both hands put behind the head to walk straight. A smile flashed across Cloud Dance's cold face. Red Fire Dragon. Don't make a noise, Uncle Ben said. You've gone backwards. Meng Bai couldn't help but feel his nose in a small voice. Red Fire Dragon. Shit, if I hadn't said that earlier, which side? Pwai, the jade hand covered her mouth and snickered. Yunwu's bright and clear eyes were more charming like the bright moon. pointing to the side. I want to go to the top of the desert again before I leave. What are you laughing at? Is Uncle Ben funny? You complain. White cloud dance one eye. Red fire dragon, one horse lead to walk in front. Let's go. Cloud dance has returned to its former cool, and everyone is finally leaving the dragon family. However, Sidulan said that he had something to return to mainland China. In the end, this place is not suitable for human beings. As for Nanganji, since he asked for the knight to come with him, it was necessary to send her away and meet with Yunwu on the top of the desert. So, praying for the night, Nanganji, Situlan, and the group of people in black left first and went to the transmission array on the top of the desert to return to the mainland of China. In Cloud Dance and Dragon, Mengbai, Red Fire Dragon, Xingguan then leave the dragon and go to the top of the desert. The continuous sand wall disappeared at the end along the sand dune. Standing under the city wall, the clouds once again felt the majestic magnificence of the sand city. Although the outside of the city wall looks desolate and full of people, only the long yellow sand, the other side of the city wall, is really another scene. Come on, let's go into town. Outside Shacheng, yellow sand covered the sky, and several dark shadows loomed through the sandstorm. A fully armed caravan with gauze scarf is walking out of Huangsha. Outside the city gate, the closed stone gate makes a heavy noise and slowly opens to welcome the caravan. A few people in the back, please come in quickly, this sandstorm is coming. After the caravan entered the city, the soldiers guarding the city yelled at the cloud. The wind and sand whistling outside the city is getting louder and louder, just like the thunder and gasp of a giant beast. Yunwu immediately waved to the crowd and ran into the gate quickly. Miss Yin? A guard in the city pointed to the cloud and exclaimed. Then all the guards gathered. In an instant, nearly 100 bodyguards gathered at the gate of the city, which could only hold dozens of people. Do you know me? Of course I do. Now on the top of the desert. Who doesn't know you? Moreover, thanks to you, our people on the top of the desert have a good life. The bodyguard was very excited, and his eyes were moist. This can cloud dance around Dizzy. What is because she just had a good life? You don't know. A few days ago, the arrogant dragon people took the initiative to deliver food and water to Shacheng. According to the dragon people, they were ordered by Miss Yun. Yes, and other cities on the top of the desert also get food and water, thanks to Miss Yunwu. The bodyguard around explained. Yunwu understood that the efficiency of the dragon people is very high. I finally got into the city. Little thing, you are very welcome here. Longqing, Evil Sour Road. In fact, he knew that this woman, no matter what aspect, is becoming more and more outstanding. But they are all very attractive. Are you jealous? Cloud dance rare, charming white one eye, the corner of the mouth outlines, smile not smile way. I like your icy temperament. Dragon Qing, evil spirit a hook lips, shameless thumbs up. Red fire dragon and Meng Bai were speechless, and Shangwan's eyes were cold. Shameless, really shameless. Show love also did not see so shameless that you're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.